makes our job a lot easier. But we are finally underway at Clifton Park. Someone has to lose. Barring a draw, someone will today. We're underway, and Paco will go forward first. But the mark is taken for Aberfeldy, and they'll quickly get it back out towards what is now the broadcast wing here at Clifton Park, and Johns takes the mark not far away from the broadcast area.
So Johns on his left, hugs the boundary line, looking for the option there in Toy. Ball was knocked away from him. Hands go in at ground level. Well played Carbone. Ripped it out, and now torn off his kick there was Phillips, one of the inclusions today. Ball was moving forward ever so briefly, but sweeping in Matt Vesneva. Cuts the ball off, and now he's switching flanks with a dangerous kick. Lewis got up, first hands on the ball. The Kyle count was there, did not get his first touch of the afternoon. Now he will. Conjures the ball into his grasp, shrugs a tackle, and puts it on the right foot to an unmarked Kefford, who's standing 20 metres out directly in front. I'm not sure how a man of that size gets free so quickly, but Kyle Reimers there showing his skill, and his first kick of the day could well be a goal assist.
That was a great play by Reimers. And the cut-off, Pascaval obviously looking to switch the ball at every opportunity to be able to run and play their offensive side, which is the coach's side.
Kefford's in the team to kick goals. This kick's unconvincing, and it slides wide to the right. It never really looked like it hit well off the boots, and it's through for the first score of the day. We're less than 90 seconds in. It's Aberfeldy 1 behind, Pascoval yet to score.
The sun's shining, but that is deceiving. It is very, very cold today. Cubillo takes the mark at centre-half forward for Abbas, and he'll quickly send it straight back to where it came from, in towards the left forward pocket, and he hits a target. A really good mark taken, and I think it's the count.
It is the count.
So one kick, one mark already, and this could be, I wonder, he's 5 behind Ben Warren today. I wonder if he came into today thinking he might leave as the leading goal kicker in the division with a big bag this afternoon.
No, Kyle wouldn't think like that.
A change of number for Kyle Reimers over the summer. Wearing 14 last year, now wearing number 9. That seems to have made all the difference. He was pretty good last year, but so far he's in Dick Reynolds medal contention as we speak. As he comes in, very deliberate routine, right foot ball, kicked through it nicely and then hit the post.
And we could hear the thwack off the post there. Claire Varley down at ground level. What's been the mood like down there on the Aberfeldy bench with those 2 early misses?
There's been a lot of disappointed sighs at each one.
All right, Claire Varley, our sideline reporter today. Quick kick in for Pascoval to a contest. Off hands, first hands now Tydell. Can't take clean possession of the ball, and then commits a high tackle there on the Aberfeldy man, Allen. He's going to wheel onto his right foot and pump it high to about 55 metres out, leading out Jack back under the ball, goes through his hands, was in a 1-on-2, and now Pascoval backtracking, Pady can't take clean possession. First hands, Hislop gets it out, here's a kick on goal, and there's a goalkeeper back on the line for Pascoval. They can't rush it through, they coughed it up, and guess who? The count was there, and Reimers puts through the first goal of the afternoon. I'm not really sure how Pascoval made a meal of that. It was a tumbling ball to the top of the goal square, no clean hands, coughed up straight into the possession of Reimers, and he put it through from 2 metres out.
Yeah, they're under a lot of pressure, Pascaval. Abbas are just getting numbers around the ball and keep forcing it forward. And yeah, Reimers, I don't know what happened then. The defence just fell apart.
Thought they were going to get safe passage there, Adam, but not the case. And now I think we've got a free kick out of the middle.
Yeah, so Paco got the first clearance of the game, and then they'll be gifted the second one. Curlin will go straight up towards Tydell. One bite of the cherry, didn't take the mark. Now he's going to tackle. Good pressure coming there from Allen. Did win the ball, got the hair pass out. Now Johns providing an option, but he coughed it up, and now Urquhart will go high to the square, and Milky can't take the mark. Well done, Al Hawley. Dived on the footy, gave it there to Davis. He got claimed by Polisi.
Rush it behind.
Got to rush it here. Aberfeldy, they don't in the end.
Oh, they backed themselves.
Still get out of trouble in the end. They were lucky. Oswald has the ball left back pocket.
Well, strong from El Hawley in the tackle, and then Davis as well. Very valid shout for holding the pill. Not paid from the back pocket. Lynch high to the edge of the defensive 50. Cubillo was held, not paid. Big pack of players crashing in, and the umpire says, give it to me. It's going to be a ball up just outside the defensive 50, underneath the scoreboard, which reads Aberfeldy 1-2-8, Pascoval yet to score, 4.5 minutes in. Curlin won the tap, got it to Robbins, wrapped up in a tackle straight away, and Lynch, the 2013 Reynolds medalist, buries him into the turf. And so it's going to be another stoppage. Up it goes. This time Johns gets the tap. Randello was third man in. Robbins got first hands again. And the umpires are hot on high tackles. It was in the EDFL umpires review video this week to be vigilant of the high tackle. And so a quick handoff to Caruso into the pocket. And slipping at the last second was Randello. And Allen wasn't to know the man behind him had lost his footing. He spoiled it out of play 30 metres around from goal.
Interesting, Mark Lynch playing Looks like he's got a defensive role down back again. He's been playing a lot in the mid, so that's an interesting move by Potter.
Allen has the ball for Aberfeldy, needs to give off the handball. A lot of traffic around this ball at the moment, but Oswald will still get it out, and now Rush has to give it back to Oswald in front of the Pascoe Vale bench.
Speed.
He did well in the end and got it towards half forward. The kick too much on it for Kefford though, and Paco's half-back flankers need to repel this ball out, and they will with the switch, and King, I think it's King, will get it now. Hand pass inboard. Urquhart will give it back to the man that gave it to him. It wasn't King, it was Michael Ross, who got around one tackler, then went high, looking into the sun. Here's Warren, didn't take the mark in the end, didn't really get anywhere near that ball in the end, to be honest, as Harris gets it out, and Robbins with the snap. Robbins with the snap, it's a goal for Pascoe Vale, 1 straight 6. Plays at 1-2-8 at Clifton Park.
Well, Brock McLean there, tackled, handball, and read like a book by the pressing Paco attack Jambo to intercept the ball.
Yeah, interesting that they're not actually running anyone with Brock McLean. They're Paco are trying to match up on the other ball winners for Aberfeldy, but that just shows, you know, Warren's presence down there. You know, get to his feet, front and square, because he's going to make a contest every time.
6 minutes gone in the first quarter, and it is now Aberfeldy 1-2-8, Pascoe Vale 1 straight 6. First hands Paco, but Aberfeldy came in and swooped onto the ball, and McLean is wrapped up in a big tackle right in the mud pit in the centre of the ground. A few of the midfielders might leave with dirty Guernseys this afternoon. Up it goes. Johns had a clean run, clean tap as well. Straight to Michael Ross, though. He kicks it inside forward 50 over the head of Warren. Shags has got the sit, and El Hooley takes the mark. And he's able to grab the ball 20 metres out from the goal he's defending. Moves it on quickly, bouncing awkwardly. Oswald can't take clean possession. Did get head-on contact from the charging Michael Ross. Not very powerful, but he had his head over the ball, and the ball player will be protected there when the high contact comes. It's a very AFL-esque free kick, that one, and it is Paco ball.
Don't worry about the sound effects coming from around the van. This is an Aberfeldy home game. We've just got a lot of the Paco contingent around the van. We'll have a ball up now. Just forward to centre wing for the Panthers. Down by 2 points, 7 minutes into this game. The biggest game of the year so far in the EDFL, and Paco will get the clearance up towards half forward. Ball got fisted down, and Oswald again emerges, clears the ball out, kicked it into space, but there's no one there. And tracking it back is Lewis. Had some time and space, and he rushed his kick, but it was okay. Milky gets it now, too far out from where he's most dangerous. Ben Ross, good hand pass out. Urquhart, couple of former Kangaroos combining. There was a trio of them in that passage. A high ball from Urquhart into the pocket. It's a wobbler. Hard won the mark. No one did. Allen over the top, and Aberfeldy will get the ball out. It's in the hands of Brock McLean.
And McLean's had a fair bit of it into the corridor. Sets a task there for his lot, but he did well. Takes it with one grab, and now a chain of handballs out of the defensive 50. Oswald is a line breaker. Goes through the corridor. Mark's taken by Kefford. Long way from home, though. Turns around in the mud of the centre circle and is going to have to weigh up the options. It's a tumbling kick out to the half-forward flank, and running after it here and taking possession is Jacob Hislop. Handballs back. McLean now with time to weigh up the options inside 50. Tipped, though. Curlin, the ruckman, tallest man on the ground, and couldn't get it over him. And now the ball is ushered out to the back pocket, and Randello wanted a holding free, not forthcoming. It's over the line for a throw. We've now gone 8.5 minutes. Aberfeldy 1-2-8. Pascoe Vale 1 straight 6. Both teams still very much feeling each other out here on the EDFL match of the day. In it comes. Curlin got the tap down to Sam Caruso. Got the handball away, straight into a contested situation. Plucked out of there and ripped clear by Lynch. And now it's been marked right next to the behind post. And that was Ben Ross coming up with the ball as it tailed away. Probably would have gone out on the full even if he hadn't taken the grab.
Lewis to the wing. Urquhart marks, keeps on running. A good, fast, slick passage of play from Pascoe Vale. And Milky's coming in again. Didn't take the mark and infringed. Free kick out of Mel Hooley.
Well, Hooley's probably, you'd say he's, one zip or 2 zip from 4 contests so far, and the other 2 you might call him a draw.
Yeah, no, he's doing well, and he'll look forward to this challenge of playing on Warren today.
The problem is, if he's in 4 one-on-ones every 10 minutes, it's not going to end well for him. He probably needs the support. Ball wide on the wing. Mark taken out there by Toy, I believe, and now looking for options in the corridor. Round the boundary line they go. Mark taken again for Aberfeldy. Slowly does it. Kefford now. Chips it over the top. Cubillo takes the mark. And this is all happening about 80 metres out from goal. 2 solid kicks. Cubillo roosts it high to the hot spot. It's going to land about 30 metres out. Holding free. And I could see that one coming from a way back. It's just a matter of returning the ball here to Courtney Johns. And I think one of the defenders there just knew he was caught out of position and basically hoped that the umpire wouldn't see what he was doing.
Yeah, chopping the arms, holding the man, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, good call by the umpire.
Courtney Johns having a very good season, of course. His first year at Aberfeldy was cruelled by a knee injury he suffered in Darwin, and he's now back for year number 4. Here he goes. Left foot directly in front. Umpire says touch play on. Doesn't matter because it hit the post, and I suspect the man on the mark may have affected the kick. So Aberfeldy have missed a few early. 10 minutes gone. They're 1-3-9, and Pascoe Vale are still 1 straight 6.
Moving the ball along the far side.
So ball in dispute. Knocked down. Aberfeldy will retake possession. Hislop banging it back inside forward 50 with a tumbling ball. Straight to Randello. Read it best on the bounce. Now goes outside defensive 50 and finds Sam Caruso. Mark taken wide on the halfback flank. Caruso inboard. And now weighing up the options. Across the defensive 50. Mark taken by Holland. And he is at the top of the 50. He's defending. Paetti's free at true centre halfback, but he wants something further up the field. Then feigns to go to Paetti. Decides against it and goes down the line instead. He's kicking in the direction of Kefford and Tydell. Tydell got a Ruckman-style tap down. Robbins reads it best. Big sweeping handball. Concedes a lot of ground to Urquhart. He's trying to run round a man out there. Does so. Uses his pace to advantage and bangs it on the right boot to the top of the 50. Randello is there. 1 on 2. The 2 win out. Davis, little 180 spin out of trouble to Ryan Allen. And now chain of handballs. Courtney Johns will clear it out of the defensive 50.
Now Hooley will mark and run, and we know he likes this. Kicked a good goal in a grand final a couple of years ago in that very fashion. Went to half forward. Mark taken there by Hislop is Zach, who goes into the pocket. And the mark is taken right in front of the contingent by Kyle Reimers.
So tough set shot coming up here. 30 metres out, hard up against the boundary line. I think Claire Varley might have a pretty good view of this one. Claire, does he kick it or not? No, we don't have Claire Varley watching this kick. Adam, call us through it.
Well, what the Windies doing here in the van would suggest he goes left post and just weaves it through the sticks that way. Right foot kick, he goes to banana, and it had too much curl on it, minor score. In the end, 1-4-10 plays, 1 straight for Pascoe Vale, 12 minutes played, and Sabres by 4.
Claire Varley, your view of that kick, how much did the wind affect it in the end?
I think that was a pretty big factor in it, actually.
So Claire Varley down on the sidelines, keeping an eye on proceedings from ground level. Here's the kick in for Pascoe Vale, long up the middle. Randello on his own, late contact coming from the Paco man Mile, and so it's going to be a free kick going to the Paco veteran. Wide to the broadcast side wing. Daniel Harris breaks, gets away from Lynch and takes the mark. And weighing up the options on true wing position. Crowd a little bit subdued at the moment. Harris back in board. And the mark's taken by Holland. Handball now, looking for Ben Ross. Left him a task to do, but he's got the time to pick up the ball and chip it back to Harris, where this passage of play started. Now he's waving players towards him. Maybe hasn't got the distance on the kick. Tydell leading out and marks it right underneath our broadcast van, crashing into the picket fence. Too far out to score, about 60 metres from goal with Craven on the mark. And so Tydell chips it short. It's going to land about 55 out, and El Hooley there has run over the top, and back chat means that this is going to go from being a very difficult kick for goal, if not no chance of kicking a goal, and instead Ben Warren will be walked right to the goal square, and Adam El Hooley is learning the hard way about back-chatting the umpires this season. I guess that's paying the price for having missed the first few games of the year where the umpires have really clamped down on it.
Well, that's the precedent. It's been set now, and good on the umpire.
So here comes the kick for goal for Warren, about 10 to 15 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Should be a formality from here. Abbas have missed a few at the other end, though. Warren comes in and pops it straight over the goal umpire's hat, and Pascoe Vale have their first lead of the day. They go to 2 straight 12. Aberfeldy are 1-4-10.
Yeah, that's Ben Warren just milked that nicely. He just propped, and El Hooley come over the top, but then El Hooley giving away 50. You know, it's that's costly. That could be costly at the end of the day. They shouldn't have got a goal from that play.
It's been free kicks at both ends so far today, and the free kick was definitely there. And, yeah, like you said it right, Tayo. You learn the hard way. There is a big crackdown on that sort of stuff this year. We're back in the middle live at Clifton Park in the mud heap. McLean's going to try and get the ball out of there. Did, but sent it to the wrong man. Taylor was there for Pascoe Vale, and now Caruso sends a right football in towards Warren, and Al Hooley takes the mark. A little nudge. That time it was legal, and he did well, and he's winning the battle. The only goal for Warren so far from the free kick, obviously, is Abbas going board, and now it's in the hands of McConville. He'll go straight down the line. Half forward, good kick. Good mark taken by Jack Mack, and He'll go by hand back to the man that gave it to him, McConville to half forward. And there's a lot of Paco players around there.
Oh,
Kevin
no mark.
was not paid the mark, got claimed, no prior, and it will be a ball up.
Umpire was blindsided there.
Jambo, was it a clean grab?
I thought it was a mark, yeah.
John's late to the ruck contest. Curlin gets the tap, can't get it to anyone, then uses it himself. Ball turned over, have his way, but inside forward 50 and cut off straight away. And rebounding back the other direction is Economou, who's been one of the better Paco players of the new recruits that we've seen so far this year, as has this man, Ben Ross. Wide to the wing, got the run and spread going, and Taylor takes the mark. Works his way round the wing on the bounce. It's going to go into the grasp of Michael Ross now. High inside the forward 50. Tidell going back with the flight, coming up to meet him. The Aberfeldy defence. Players crash in at ground level. Paco have 2-on-1 though. Handball out. Michael Ross again with a second chance. Into the path of a leading Warren once, twice. Can't grab it on the juggle. And El Hooley reads it best. Comes through with the spill and gets it out of defensive 50. Mark not paid though. And the ball is handballed out towards the boundary line. It won't go over just yet. Pack forms hard up against the boundary, and the umpire pays holding the ball.
The Paco contingent on that right half forward line got their way on that occasion. Free kick for the Panthers. They're up by 2 points. Less scoring shots though, 2 scoring shots to 5, and they'll concede ground for now. It's in the hands of Harris. No, it's not, because Harris is near us. Discarding space. Down the line. Robbins, Jambo, what'd you see? As the ball
Warren had that clear mark. There was no talk, but we've got a free kick here to Pasco.
High contact for Randello, and he'll have the ball in the pocket. So what'd you see there, Jambo?
Warren was on the lead behind, coming in from behind. El Hooley was nowhere near him, and the Paco player put his hand up and spoiled it.
Warren's still unmanned, trying to get the short pass. There's no one near him really. But Randello wants to have a look at the sticks himself, and that kick was off the side of the boot, and lucky to even register a score. In fact, I don't think it did. Free kick coming up for Aberfeldy.
So 17 minutes gone. It's Aberfeldy 1-4-10, and an accurate 1-goal-4 as well. Some very gettable shots missed. Pascoe Vale 2 straight 12 in the first quarter. Lynch, left-footed kick out from the back pocket, and coming up, can't take the grab Kefford, but his teammate there underneath him was able to pluck the ball out of the air. So Aberfeldy still in possession. A lot of players shouting for the switch across goal, but they think better of it. High around the outer side wing. Jack Mack the target. Can he bring it down 1-2? He does, and now handball inboard. Straight into trouble. Allen was caught in possession. Umpire says holding the ball. Overcooked it there, Pascoe Vale. No talk, and Harris came away with the ball. Little short pass to Caruso, who is prolific. It's about how he uses it, and on this occasion he'll go for the target and goes out wide to Holland, who takes the mark. Being guarded by Zach Hislop, and now chips it to Big Curlin in the middle. Pretty dexterous for a ruckman, actually. Good with the ball. High inside the forward 50. Randello with a diving mark. Back one-handed, like a traditional full forward, and yet he was waiting in the square. Warren will turn back towards the goal line, and Randello, after a sighter from the boundary line, is going from directly in front. He'll kick from 40 metres out.
More like a catching gully.
Yes, that was a great, strong mark. He's been a great player over the years, Vinny Randello, so good to see him in a successful team as such.
This is an important kick here as we get close to time on of the first quarter. Randello from 40 directly in front. Goal umpire does not move. Pascoe Vale kick away to the equal biggest lead of the game. And they are now 3 straight 18, leading Aberfeldy 1-4-10. Claire Varley down on the sideline. Some of your thoughts as we approach time on of the first quarter.
Oh, everyone here seems pretty anxious that they want to get out in front, so I think it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Adrian Jamison.
Yeah, no, that was Pascoe Vale are just trying to control the ball, not just bombing it into 50. They're looking for the switch. There's big numbers. They're just running in waves, both teams. So this is going to be a great game.
Claire, back down to you in a moment, just when we get a stoppage. Free kick will go Pascoe Vale's way. Trying to take the advantage was Lewis, but he has to hand it back to his teammate Justin Taylor. Just beyond the mud heap, he'll go back to Lewis. He can go for a dash on the outer wing. High ball in towards Warren, and just got tangled up with El Hooley on that occasion, and we will have a boundary throw in. Claire, what are we seeing in terms of the rate of interchange for Aberfeldy right now? How hectic are the rotations?
It's not that hectic. Compared to what we've seen this season, it's not too much happening.
Yeah, that was the feeling I was getting. There's not much happening at all down there at the moment. We'll have another ball up. Like Jambo, you have mentioned, there has been a combination of the running in waves, but also tempo footy played so far today. So two clubs just feeling each other out at the moment, and I really get a feeling we're not going to see the full deck of cards, I suppose, today. There's two teams will meet again later in the year, perhaps in September. Down the line, Aberfeldy go. And meeting the contest very, very late there was Reimers, couldn't take the mark, and now his teammates have to go back and defend. Hislop was one of them. A high ball will go in towards the pocket. Ball got fisted away by Craven. That might work out nicely for Aberfeldy, though Oswald ran himself into trouble, and now we'll have a ball up. Paco converged, made sure he was going nowhere.
Well, Craven appears to have been thrown forward here, so interesting move at the moment. Looking at who might have gone back behind the ball. Up it goes, top of the 50. First hands Pascoe Vale, handball in the clinches, gets to Ben Ross and he clears it away, bouncing towards the half-back flank. Harris tried to sell the push in the back there from Mile. Umpire not buying it, over the line for a boundary throw-in. And this is just to the attacking side of the wing for Aberfeldy. 20.5 minutes into the quarter, they trail 1-4-10 to Pascoe Vale, 3 straight 18. In comes the boundary throw-in. Both ruckmen waiting for a high one there. Curlin probably got the tap and Aberfeldy will read it better. Snap kick inside the forward 50, bouncing into the path of McNamara, torn off the ball, and now Pascoe Vale in possession on the outer side. Caruso held round the hips, still managed to free the arms and get a handball away, and the running brigade will do the job and get away with it. Caruso again with another kick, but this one will be plucked out of the air and intercepted, and Aberfeldy will go back in the other direction.
Switch is coming in towards the middle, and the man in the middle of the ground there was Phillips. He got the hand pass out, high ball to the goal square, mark taken, and a certain goal coming up. The count is going to go to 2.
Kyle Reimers there making the most of good run through the corridor. Phillips was the loose man, sweeping handball to Oswald, and Oswald's delivery there. Reimers, the man in front, gave him a probably a 90, if not a 95% chance of marking that ball against his opponent.
May yet miss Taya. He's hit the post once and curled another one in. 1 goal, 2 already today for Kyle Reimers. So it's not guaranteed yet. This is to bring it back to 2 points off the side of the boot, but still snuck in. It's a goal for Aberfeldy, and Kyle Reimers gets his second of the day, and Aber's second as well. 2-2-14, plays 3 straight 18.
It's a real arm wrestle at the moment, trying to get their matchups right, both teams. But Reimers just too strong then. He one-on-one, you back him 9 times out of 10.
Looking really good in the air at the moment, Kyle Reimers. And the margin, of course, back to just 2 points. His second of the day makes him the first multiple goal kicker on the ground. Interesting to see how long this first quarter goes, actually. It feels like it's moving at a brisk pace in front of a big expectant crowd here at Clifton Park. Ball back in the mud of the centre. Up it goes. And now McNamara's doing the ruck work there against Curlin. Neither of them won it. Aberfeldy got the clearance away. Bouncing to the top of the 50. Over the head of the man charging out there. And now a big body slam tackle. Umpire says it was legally done. And Craven just burying the Paco man there who won possession of the ball. And that was Economou. Hands it back to the umpire and up it goes once again. Tap from Curlin this time. Little soccer kick comes out only as far as mile of Aberfeldy. Now Jack Mack gets the handball back. Can't hit a target though. Urquhart wrapped up in a gang tackle as soon as he picked up the ball. And the umpire said he had prior opportunity and took on those 2 tacklers. So it's going to be an Aberfeldy free kick about 60 metres out in the corridor. Handball out slightly to the right for Toy. He bangs it high to the top of the goal square. No Shepard on the line. It's spoiled into the path of Reimers. Dribble kick. And it goes the wrong side of the stick. Through for a behind. He's got 2 goals, 3. It's been a busy first quarter for Kyle Reimers.
Quick kick in as well. Pascoe Vale already have it to the wing, and the mark is taken there by Lewis, who's had a good game so far. Polizzi back to Lewis, back to Polizzi. 60 out from goal. Up towards half forward, a low worm burning pass.
Nice.
Umpire did not pay the mark. That was in front of a lot of Paco fans. We'll have a ball up now. That's right half forward.
Yeah, he was in a good position there, the umpire, so we'll back his call that it hit the deck.
McNamara tried to get it down there to Oswald. And again, we will have a stoppage. That ball going nowhere.
Well, big passage of play here at the end of the quarter. The wind has totally died down as well. No end has a distinct advantage. None of the trees are moving around the ground. This really is a game 1 point away from being dead level in every sense.
And somewhere in that mess, Abba's got the clearance out and a mark as well. They'll keep on moving. 24 minutes have gone. Still time for more scoring in this first quarter. Half forward, Reimers got the read, took a nice mark, but he might not be within range. The lead comes from Johns over the top. He went further, and it might be a goal for Camp Sharp. Good snap, good goal, good poise. And Abbas get 2 in 2 minutes.
Well, Adrian Jamieson, what do you make of that one? Reimers again, very good in the air.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a change. Ravens just being outplayed by Reamers at the moment, and he's the focal point down there. He's been involved in all their scores nearly this quarter.
And Raven hasn't had any run and rebound, which is what we've known him for. Economou's mainly been the guy moving the ball so far in this game. Maybe they need to, as you say, Jambo, free him up and make another switch. Up it goes in the middle. Curlin with a big sling-style tap. You'd almost pay it a throw. Ball is cleared out sideways by Blackwell. And now the ball is bouncing on the wing. Curlin wrapped up in a tackle by Oswald. It is a battle of tall and short. They do shovel the ball out eventually, and ripping the ball clear is Taylor for Pascoe Vale. Out to the wing. Opposite side to our broadcast position under the scoreboard. Cubillo comes through, wins the contested possession. Just used the strength of his body. Now chain of handballs. McNamara keeps it moving back to Cubillo. And now the handball back to McConville. What can he do? Weaves through 2 tackles, throws it on the right boot. Oh, I like this. It's Shane McConville. No, he's the boxer. It is Thomas McConville, who kicks the goal. And I tell you what, that was a ripper from Aberfeldy. They've kicked 3 in quick succession. It was Reamers in the 22nd minute, Sharp in the 24th, and now McConville kicks a goal in the 25th minute.
That was Lewis missed that tackle there. You've got to make them stick. He just put his hand out and around he went, and Abbas get another goal. That's Paco have got a lot of questions to be answered at this stage of the game.
Biggest lead of the game, 4-5-29 to 3 straight 18.
Abbas by 11. Restart in the middle. The umpire might get his hands on the ball again here because that ball is just ping-ponging around a lot of bodies at the moment. Not really moving far, but it's not really locked up and no one can really get possession. There is a Paco player down, and I think it's Curlin. That could be a big one for Pascoe Vale. We'll keep an eye on that. Claire Varley will be all over that one as Caruso takes on Lynch. Won the ball, bounced his way. A wobbler to the hot spot. Coming very late to the contest, but not taking the mark there. Was Panther play. I don't know who that is, actually. And now Warren. He will get it off. Good. It was Vez Premier going for the mark initially, and now Robbins takes the mark. On the siren. So Curlin's coming off the ground. Claire Varley will find out what's happened to the big man for Pascoe Vale, but Craig Robbins on the quarter-time siren can reduce the margin down to a kick.
And can become his team's first multiple goal kicker of the day.
I think he just copped one, Curlin, there. He just in the mud pit. I think he might have copped a stray boot or something to the midriff, so hopefully he's all right.
Craig Robbins, it's a good right foot ball, bit of curve on it, but he hooked it, and it's a minor score. First blemish of the day comes after the quarter-time siren for Pascoe Vale. 3-1-19, he plays 4-5-29.
We'll get to Claire Varley in a moment, but the second quarter is underway. Adam Sarakoglu takes the call, and it's Aberfeldy leading by 10 points.
Yep, and Aberfeldy will get the first clearance as well. Oswald, a high ball to half forward. They've got all the momentum coming into the second term. Vesneva, though, juggled a nice mark, kept on running. And pass came out. Curlin's okay, back out on the park, and now it's in the hands of Daniel Harris. Weaved his way through some traffic. Half forward he went. Mark taken, Polizzi can send it to the hot spot. High left foot ball. Here's Milky. Ball went through his hands on that occasion, and now Hawley, his opponent, was out the back. He got tackled. Didn't know he was getting tackled, it seemed. And now he's going to go back and fetch, and that could be deliberate.
Oh.
No, throw in right forward pocket.
Umpire does not oblige. Claire Varley, as we wait for the boundary throw-in, some of your... actually, we'll wait for you to get a bit closer to us within range, Claire, but we'll come down and check with you on what was said at the quarter-time huddles in just a moment. Right now, the ball is coming in from the throw. Ruckman wrestling. John's got the tap back out towards the boundary line. Lewis first there, and he's pushed over the line out for another throw. Claire, if we've got you in range, what did you hear at the quarter-time huddles?
Well, firstly, Nathan Curlin is okay. So get that out of the way. Secondly, it was interesting over at the Pascoe Vale bench to hear Ben Ross really take a leadership role and say that they have the speed and they can win this because Aberfeldy just have a couple of fat guys in the midfield.
Oh, interesting comment there from Ben Warren. Now we've got Robbins down.
Robbins is down, but he was down after the... I thought he was doing up his boot.
Stretcher's coming here. This might be serious.
I wonder if it's to do with anything with that cricket pitch.
Claire Varley, anything else you heard at the quarter huddles?
Basically, both sides are really, really confident that they can do this. They're just got both of them are saying work more on their defence. So it'll be really interesting to see who is actually right and has this.
All right, well, Claire, what we'll do is we'll unplug you so we don't get the interference, and we'll send you around to the Paco bench to keep an eye on what happens here. Although Robbins, I'm guessing they might just carry him straight off here. We're actually next. I hope they haven't parked. Yeah, they've left the ambulance gate free. That is a relief because on a day when parking spots are at a premium, you never know when someone might decide to take it for themselves. But thankfully that is free, and we're hoping it's not serious for for Craig Robbins, I should say, this afternoon. He's kicked a goal already, had that shot on the quarter-time siren as well. And Adrian Jamieson, none of us actually saw the incident, which has seen him here sit down, and basically straight away he knew he was in trouble.
Well, as I said, I actually saw him there, and I thought he was just putting on his boot, or like redoing up his boot after the clearance. But he was there for a couple of minutes, just sort of sitting there, and just called for the trainer. Just put his hand up. He looks a bit. He's in a bit of pain. Whether it's a lingering injury or. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but they are just taking him straight off the ground, so I don't think he'll be back on at all. He's in a lot of pain, actually.
We'll leave Claire Varley on this side of the ground then, and I guess when the Paco trainers emerge, hopefully not after loading him into an ambulance, we'll find out what's going on. In the meantime, let's go around the grounds. We've got some Premier scores coming through on Twitter. Greenvale 5-5-35, leading Keilor 2-1-13. Tom Hill off the stretcher and firing with 4 goals in the first quarter. Also, Greenvale, again, confirming from the Keilor Twitter account, 5-5-35 to Keilor 2-1-13. West Coburg versus Airport West is a significant delay. We won't be able to bring you the quarter scores in line with the other games today because they're the best part of a quarter behind. And we're still waiting on Northern Saints versus Strathmore at the moment. Division 2 has just come through, courtesy of EDFL Life member David McWilliam. We have here, interrupting when the ball comes back into play, Adam Jacana 1-2-8, trailing Moonee Valley 4-6-30. Burnside Heights 1 behind, Coburg District 6-7-43. East Sunbury 1-4-10, Keilor Park 5-4-34, and Hadfield 3-3-21, as we heard from Adam Russell, trailing Roxburgh Park 4-2-26.
Back live, and Sam Caruso runs the ball out of bounds once more, and they gained about 5 metres of territory there, Pascoe Vale. So hopefully Craig Robbins is okay. Our post game just got shorter today as well on 98.9 North and West FM. We lost about 3 or 4 minutes of play there. It's just restarted now. Ben Ross, a goal in every game so far this year. Left foot ball was a wobbler off the side of the boot. Gives his teammate Vez Premier some work to do, and it goes out of bounds now, left forward pocket.
All right, we've got Strathmore 5-6-36 leading the Northern Saints 1-4-10. Scores will be up on social media in a moment.
So sun has not stopped shining today, but that doesn't have any effect on the temperature. It's still seemingly, it feels as though it's in single figures. Ball up, left forward pocket. That for Pascoe Vale, 4 minutes into this second term. 4-5 plays at 3-1 as I look over to the scoreboard. Kyle Remus is standing all by himself at centre half forward. There's a point has been kicked for Pascoe Vale here, minus score, and the margin will now be 9 points. 3-2-20 plays, 4-5-29.
So again, it's an arm wrestle. Vez Premi there just got the ball out and just had a wild shot on goal, and now Abbas can be out here through the home side wing.
Zach Hislop goes in board. Mark taken now by Lynch. He'll keep it moving. Switches on, outer side. Plenty of space for Josh Cubillo to work in. Takes the mark now and puts it in towards Courtney John's territory. Just had a couple of Paco players come across him. Gets it now. Left foot snap towards the hot spot. 2-on-2 contest. Ball got fisted away from Kefford. Now it's in McLean's hands. He'll dribble one home. It's a goal, and I'm pretty sure it was Brock McLean. We'll get confirmation soon, but it's a goal for Aberfeldy.
Yep, it is McLean.
5-5. Is it number 12 there, Jambo?
It is number 12.
5-5-35 plays at 3-2-20.
Great
and
Rovers
Brock
goal.
McLean is in the book.
Yep, great Rovers goal there. Just knew where the goals were and did what he had to do. Great goal there.
Would have been one for the dribble file had he have missed though.
True.
Could have gone in the air, but 6-6. Doesn't matter in the end. We'll be back in the middle here at Clifton Park. Umpire throws it up. Curlin up against Johns, who was just doing it up forward in the previous passage, but it's a Pascoe Vale clearance, and Urquhart will go high to half forward. Just reading the flight there was mild, but he couldn't take the mark, and now a high ball will land somewhere in Essendon North.
Street.
That's out of bounds on the full. And Abbas will get the ball eventually.
Oh, we got a replacement. That's quick.
Is it an Abbas ball or a Paco ball there? I think it's a Paco ball. King will take it. Still waiting for his senior jumper, wearing those little numbers on his back, up towards half forward. Tidal pushed out of it on that occasion, and we will have a boundary throw in. Ryan Allen has the job on the big man from Paco.
I wonder if the Paco and King himself know that this is a thing now, that we've pointed out 3 games in a row that he's still got the little number on his back.
No, that's how we do it down at Paco, Teo.
We? Saka's just pulling on his junior Guernsey and wearing it to bed again like pyjamas.
200 odd games for Paco. 10s through to 16s, 18s in fact. Right foot banana. At some point though it went out of bounds and Urquhart's kick won't count. So a boundary throw in right full pocket, right in front of the home contingent here at Aberfeldy.
All the quarter time scores are now up at EDFL Footy on Twitter and Essendon DFL on Facebook. You can get all those quarter time scores around the grounds thanks to EDFL Life member David McWilliam. We'll check back in with Claire Varley as soon as we see her emerge, but I think she's still behind the scenes seeing what they're going to do with Craig Robbins at the moment. Pascoe Vale 1 down for now. Here comes the boundary throw in. John's got the tap straight into traffic. Caruso tried to extract. Kick was rebounding up. No one could take clean hands on the ball, and now Packer players forms once again. Toy at the bottom of it. And so it's going to be balled up once again in the forward pocket down at Pascoe Vale's attacking end of the ground. 5-5-35 to 3-1-19. They probably need the next one here. Tydell gets the tap to advantage, taps it into the corridor. Ryan Allen charging out, half back in the team of the year last year, of course. Gets it on, and Craven over the top is going to get the ball moving, and now sweeping it right out wide. And kick is almost picked off there. All played by Raven. Ball in dispute. It's going to be wrapped up. Taylor was there waiting for hands out, but it wasn't forthcoming. Well played by the Aberfeldy man, and it's wrapped up. Just attacking side of centre for Pascoe Vale, half forward flank.
And Paco will get the clearance as Ben Ross, hand pass out, Urquhart, Caruso, all the prime movers combining. Harris goes bang from 40.
It's missed.
And misses across the face. Minor score for Pascoe Vale. And I might have had that score wrong before because now they're on 3-2-20, and that's Aberfeldy 5-5-35, 15-point lead for Abbas.
Did they get it behind at the start of the quarter though, Adam?
Yeah, I might have just miscalculated in my head. So
all right, so
I'll assume that the scoreboard here at the ground is correct as Aberfeldy.
So have they kicked 2 points in this quarter though?
I don't remember to
I think they are. I think you're dead right. You were right the first time. 3-3-21, trails 5-5-35.
Okay, now the scoreboard has updated. They might be listening to Northwest FM today. Whoever's operating the scoreboard here at Aberfeldy as Lynch goes backwards. That's okay.
Well, if they are listening, we want the Kyle count. He's got 2 goals to his name, but we want it up on the board as well. Ball on half forward, kick smothered, doesn't work out for Aberfeldy, and TK Paeti roved his own smother, and now Ben Warren, long way up the ground, kicks for distance, it's going long to a one-on-one, spoiled away at the last moment, and underneath it there, couldn't take the mark. Good attempt though. Coming away in the end, Aberfeldy with possession of the ball though. And now Toy is going to go across his defensive 50 all the way to Allen, pinpoint pass, and he's going to move it out to McConville. Kicked a very nice goal in the first quarter. Shepherd from Craven sets him free for a bit of run, and he is now going to find Hislop. Zach Hislop through the middle. He was bowled over after he kicked. Umpire decided against the downfield free. The ball bounces harmlessly out on the half-forward flank, and that must have been a split-second decision there for the umpire on whether or not they went with the downfield free. Instead, it's going to be a boundary throw-in. And as we wait for it to come in, Claire Varley will rejoin us in just a moment. Next stoppage, actually, Adam Sarakoglu. Let's follow the play.
Yeah, let's hope for some good news for Craig Robbins. Umpire brings it in, and it might have been a falcon there for Courtney Johns. Ranzello gets it out. Urquhart's been good. Ross got tackled.
Well done. Good tap on.
And they had to keep it moving towards the line. Pascoe Val Caruso trying to combine there with Murat. Turnover. Abbas get it back. And now inboard they'll go. Zach Hislop, handball eluded him. And a clearing ball from Lewis. Half forward we go for Pascoe Vale. Ball bounced over Allen's head. Now he's got to tackle Tydell. Tydell lost the pill. And Abbas get it back. Al Hawley again. His awareness has not been great today. This time he will get pinged holding the ball. Free kick Paco.
So it's at the top of the 50 plus about 5 metres. Ball comes back very slowly. And they really did beg the umpire to pay 50 there, but eventually it's come to Vez Premi. He is a booming kick, but he's a little bit proppy as he gets up here.
Yeah, he hasn't been moving right all day today, guys. I'm not sure he's come into this game 100%.
I wonder, does he feign the set shot and then clever pass, or does he actually have a bit of dynamite in the boots? This is a big test for Vez Premi. Unleashes from the edge of the centre square. It's got the journey. It's going wide to the right, and it's through for a point. Claire Varley, you've returned from the rooms. What's the latest you've heard down there?
Well, I haven't actually been able to grab a train yet, which is what I thought would come an update. You haven't been able to grab one, but I will check in with you as soon as I have.
All right, thank you, Claire Varley. Keeping an eye on things down on the sidelines for us on Northwest FM football.
Toy to the broadcast side. Kefford takes the mark. Good start for this passage for Aberfeldy. They'll go into the middle. Mark taken by Oswald, centre wing. Wants to keep on moving. Wheels around in towards the corridor. And then a high right foot ball to no one. Not a great kick. And the Baltimore Raven took the mark. Lockie Raven. He'll go over the top to Ross. That's a pressure handball. But Ross had some poise and got away with it in the end, and Curlin takes the mark, but they're still inside defensive 50 here, Pascoe Vale. Curlin played on for some inexplicable reason. Now Lewis in towards the middle of the ground. Urquhart had the ball fisted away from him. Now it's going to be up for grabs, hot potato, high contact, free kick coming up for Aberfeldy.
And so Kefford wants to play on, throws it on the right boot, going for distance into the forward line. It was a one-on-one, big spoil away from Murrah, and it's going to work out well. Clean hands, and Michael Ross tries to break a tackle, ambitious, and caught in possession. Ball is still going to be picked up by a Pascoe Vale teammate, Taylor, and now out to the wing. Pascoe Vale in the van. They're going to move it from side to side, and at the top of the forward 50, Aberfeldy sweep through, taking the ball away. Well played, coming out. Lynch went high, brought the ball down into his grasp. Eventually couldn't take the mark, but did keep possession. Craven now out to true wing position, and he finds Oswald, who stops and goes back over the mark and looks at the options. Waits for some movement a bit closer to him. Thinks about taking on the man on the mark. Thinks better of it. High around the forward line, and Hislop. I think the defender there had just as much of the Guernsey as he did, but the umpire was better positioned than us and said it's going to be a free kick going Pascoe Vale's way to Matt Vesneva. Goes across the face and finds Ben Ross in the back pocket, and they'll rebound out of the back 50 eventually after a 1-2.
Raven and Ross combining, and now Ekonomu gets involved as well. Tydell right in front of Dave Morgan. Will get the left foot ball towards half forward. Kicked it just to gain territory, really. No one there for Pascoe Vale to take the mark. McLean was there across half back for Aberfeldy. Hand pass came in board, and Lynch will switch. Is it a good one? Yes, it is. He hit up the target, and the mark is taken by Phillips. Over the top, he'll go. Oswald. Al Hawley desperately wants it. He might need to shepherd off King. Just kept on going. Oswald inside 50. Looking into the sun once more. Here's Jacob Hislop. Tackled straight away. Came off hands, and Reimers was there to shark it. Dribbled it behind in the end. A minus score for Aberfeldy. 5-6, 36 plays, 3-4.
Really
22,
good
14 minutes in.
Really good umpiring there. Hislop ducked his head trying to milk the free kick, and umpire said no, play on. That was really good umpiring.
Reimers has had the shots to take the lead in the goal kicking right now, but still just the two majors today. He is just so dangerous, and I think the Pascoe Vale defence at the moment keeping an eye on him every time Abbas go inside the forward 50. Right now they're chipping out of the back 50. Handballs will get the ball to Ben Ross. Good user around the wing over the head of Randello on this occasion, but spots up Warren perfectly. And now going through the outer side wing, Pascoe Vale lead up target, can't take the mark. And hands in the back. Umpire says no, out for a boundary throw. And I thought he was wheeling around to pay the free kick, but it in fact was signalling for the boundary umpire to put it in about 60 metres out from the Pascoe Vale goal. They trail by 14 points at the moment. Quarter time score from West Coburg versus Airport West is through. We'll get to that next break and play. Tap comes down. First hands Aberfeldy. Ripped clear, and they're going through Toy round the wing. Kefford the target, goes up one-on-one against Paety and brings it down on the juggle. Good contested mark. Thought about a quick handball, and he's going to have to go back over his mark.
Yeah, I think that kick was touched off the boot, so no mark taken there for Jack McNamara. He may have thought that ball was there for the mark, but it was touched, and a ball up. 60 out from goal for Aberfeldy. Just looks like they've got control of this game right now, guys.
Yeah, they're just controlling the stoppages as well, and getting the man back behind the ball to help the defence out.
Arm wrestle. He's a real arm wrestle, this one. Turnover, and Jacob Hislop will go to the pocket, and Reimers will take the mark. 2 bites of the cherry on that occasion. Too good for Lockie Raven. And you suggested in the first quarter, Jambo, that matchup might need to be changed for Pascoe Vale.
Yeah, but I don't know, who do you put onto him? You know, if you haven't made the move by now, you're obviously backing your player, but he dominated the first quarter, and he could be the difference today.
To be fair, Reimers has done this to all his opponents so far this year. He's been just about impossible to stop, and he hits the post for the second time today.
Is that 2-5 or 2-6 his kick now?
I think it'll be 5. I don't know if he's had 8 shots on goal yet, but another minor score. He's kicked the last 2 points of the game, I think, Kyle Reimers as well. So 5-7, 37 plays, 3-4, 22.
Quarter time, it's West Coburg 1-8, trailing Airport West 4 straight 24.
Good start for the Eagles. There's a high kick in from Urquhart all the way towards half back, but McNamara took the mark, gave it to Cubillo. Half forward we go. In towards the 50, and just getting a really good read on the ball. Justin Taylor will switch it out wide. Paety gets around one tackler. Right football, a wobbler over Urquhart's head, turnover. Temporarily, Lynch lost it. Back in the hands of Urquhart. Paco go forward again. And here's Ben Warren. No, we've said that a few times now. Loves to get the sit, but has not been reading the ball all that well today so far. Abba's out of danger in the hands of McLean.
Ryan Allen maybe in the mix for the Sports Moves hoodie, and you never know, he might want to wear it out there in the second half. It is very cold here today at Clifton Park. Carboni marks in the centre of the ground, keeps it moving by hand. Blackwell, feint to kick once, twice. Now wheels back, handball again to Carboni. He'll go high to about 15 metres out. Reimers has got the sit and front position and the mark. He just read it much better in the air and will turn around and line up for goal. 15 out, slight angle. His radar has been off today, but this really should be number 3.
They need to make a move. They've got to get someone, or they've got to get numbers back to be in front of him. Aberfeldy just cleared the ball by having the man drop in front of Warren, and now Reimers is one-on-one, and he's going, as I said in the first quarter, he's going to win 9 times out of 10 one-on-one.
This is for a 21-point lead, which would be the match high. Reimers from 20 out, almost directly in front, makes the goal umpire work, as has been the case on every shot today, but this one is still straight and still through, and that takes Pascoe Vale to 3-4-22, trailing Aberfeldy 6-7-43. It is a match high 21-point margin.
And they're playing Reimers deep in the forward line, one out, and as I said, they've got to get someone down there to support him, and the Paco bench need to make a move now because this is slipping away from him, and he's the difference so far.
Jambo, how are Paco handling the occasion right now? Their biggest game in a couple of years right now.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're being forced into errors by the pressure that Aberfeldy are applying, and you know they're winning enough of the ball, but they're just not using it well enough.
So
three goals for the game. He's the leading goal kicker on the ground.
Yeah, Zabbers will go forward again. Kick smothered off the boot of Mark Lynch, and it'll still work out for Aberfeldy as they go forward once more. And McNamara this time is the man in the gun, takes the mark in the right forward pocket. A lead of 25 points beckons with this shot.
And Jesse Laurie there, who kicked it to him, went to Brock McLean and said thank you for winning the contested ball and setting me loose. A lot of talk, a lot of support there for Aberfeldy further up the field.
27 points, in fact, will be the lead if he kicks this goal. Jack McNamara, no goals yet today. Right football, a bit robotic in his routine, but still results in a goal, so it doesn't matter in the end. 7-7-49, plays 3-4-22, and right now, the battle for premiership favouritism is in the hands of Aberfeldy.
And, I mean, Pascoe Vale now need to stand up. If they're a contender, they've got all their recruits. They're up against the equally best team in the competition at the moment, and they're not handling the pressure. Then they haven't got it all their own way, and they need someone to stand up and take control back.
Well, if the radio van has seen one thing this year, it's been wild margin swings and comebacks, so no one's ruling out this Paco team just yet. They have had a lot of the ball, and they are going to win the clearance here. Ben Ross, it is off the side of the boot. Very muddy ball, and it slews out to true wing position. Roving it better there. Laurie getting involved in the game. Now to Kefford. Used his body well on Paeti. Couldn't bring down the mark to complement the work. And he is tackled without the ball. Umpire says play on. Jambo thought it was a throw. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Here's McLean. Receives the handball. Drives it long to the hot spot. Reimers with the sit. And Reimers got no body on him there in the end. They parted ways and allowed him a clean run at the ball. And in the end, that turned out to be a lot easier. He was expecting to bash, crash, and fly. And in the end, it goes down as an uncontested mark.
Yeah, both of you guys went up, but it was an uncontested mark.
Yeah, it was easy. It was too easy. Yeah. Just here, have it.
I wonder how unflattering that'll look on the vision if it just looks regulation and we're going troppo here, because Kyle is lining up for number 4, 30 metres out, 45-degree angle, and it's going out of bounds on the full. And that one was one to forget. He has had, I believe, 9 shots on goal for 3 goals 5 so far today.
I think there's a Paco fan to our left who's actually getting to him at the moment. He's basically trolling Reimers every time he gets a chance at goal, and you might just be hearing the advice. The kick in wasn't a great one for Pascoe Vale. Up for grabs once more. Ben Ross hadn't lost the ball. Now it's locked up at the top of 50. Ball does spill out in the end, and Abbas will quickly hack it inside 50. And leading the foot race is Kyle, taken high, sold it well, free kick will go his way. Same spot, same angle, perhaps a bit further out this time if he has a shot. He won't, he'll go inboard and kick it to 5 Pascoe Vale players. What was that, Kyle Reimers? It was a turnover, Urquhart into the middle, it's coming back. And this right now, this last 2 minutes has not been Premier Division football.
It's out to McLean again. He's winning a lot of the ball in this second quarter, looking for his lop. He was coming from very deep, and a good mark back with the flight taken there by Lewis. He'll kick it into the corridor. Harris, ball in safe hands at the moment, but Pascoe Val need to break the lines, need to move the ball, and again kicking to a 50-50. Man came in late there was McConville, climbing on the back of Randello, who was paid a good contested mark. Now, Vez Neva hits it high to the top of the 50. Good juggling mark taken. Pascoe Vale looking for options deep. It's Michael Ross. He's going to chip it short. Good kick, finds Urquhart, and he is a long kick for goal here, Gavin Urquhart. He'll line up. I can't see the line exactly, but this will probably have to go 50. He's directly in front of Adrian Jamison. It's an understatement to say that he needs to kick this one through for a goal.
Yeah, they need this one. This quarter, Aberfeldy have been inside 50 12 times. This is only Pascoe Vale's 5th entry in.
Here comes Urquhart. Very short run up, right
kick.
foot, roosts it, gets the distance, gets the accuracy, and gets Pascoe Vale back on the board. They move to 4-4-28, trailing Aberfeldy 7-7-49. 23 minutes gone in this second quarter.
They needed that one. That's why he's such a good player. You can go back from 50 and confidently kick for goal, and that is what Pascoe Vale needed. They need to now get another one. They need to put 2 on the board in a row.
To be fair, if they get another one before half-time, Aberfeldy will feel like they've been short-changed for their control of this quarter.
Well, they would, but, when you're slewing balls off the side of your boot, when you should be kicking goals, and that's football.
It's still a good lead in a low-scoring arm wrestle, so they'll be very happy with the cushion they've got, Aberfeldy, even if they do concede one more going into half-time. By the way, the move has been made on Kyle Reimers. It's now Mark Muir, and he's all over Reimers on this occasion. Ball still spilt out. Kefford. Kick was smothered, and it will be a Lewis clearing it for Pascoe Vale. Out of side, wants to come back inboard. That is just treading with danger, and Kyle Reimers himself is looking a little bit sore at the moment. Paidi takes the mark. A trainer will come and say hi to Kyle in a moment. It's on the outer wing for Pascoe Vale. Hand pass over the top. Curlin has a couple of Abbas players to beat. One of them, Brock McLean. Will it stay in play? If it does, it'll be a ball up anyway. Stoppage coming up now, outer wing.
Is pay ball up?
We'll try and check in with Claire Varley. Claire, what are your observations down there 24 minutes into this quarter?
Everyone's pretty quiet now. They've been dulled down considering last quarter they were really, really excited towards the end of it.
We'll wait and see if we get any word during the half-time break on the injury to Robbins. In the meantime, holding the ball and advantage. Pascoe Vale's way. Caruso, very awkward kick, straight to McLean. Turnover, 70 metres out from goal. High, looking for the target inside forward 50. Mura spoils Reimers, and Raven comes back to support. Sweeping onto the ball, 1-2 with Randello, who then provides the shepherd. And Raven is able to get away with a good left-footed kick. Hits the target, and Curlin now will move Pascoe Vale out of the defensive 50. By hand, bit of a hospital ball. Harris down near the boundary line, and Pascoe Vale, all they did was get it out of 50. It's over the line for a throw-in, but they didn't move it any further.
So if you've got any pull as a league employee, you might want to cut your way into that canteen line at half-time, because it is already building up about 10 or 15 deep, and we're not even at the half-time point just yet. We're in towards the middle of the ground. Caruso, hand pass out. Paco need to make a late move in this first half. Eyeball to half-forward. Tydell tried to tap it down there to Vez Premier. That didn't work out. Turnover for Aberfeldy. In towards the middle. Mark taken there by Sharp. He's got a goal in this game. Hand pass came out. Then a high one to Reimers. Takes the mark in front of Muir, who is the new man on Kyle, but Kyle has the ball once more. Right forward pocket, and going for goal number 4 for about the 4th time.
Their 5th mark inside 50 for this quarter. Pascoe Vale have not taken a mark inside 50 this quarter, so let's hope he can put the misses behind him now and set one straight through the middle.
I do have him here with 6 behinds, so this is his 11th shot on goal for the game.
See what advice he gets from the Pascoe Vale contingent. Useless was the call. Shot on goal.
Good call.
And gentlemen, I think you're right there on that occasion. Another behind there. And Abbas go to 7-8-50, 4-4-28 Pascoe Vale.
He actually looks a lot fitter. I haven't seen him in since grand final day last year, but he does look like he's moving well and he's fit.
So here comes the kick in. 26.5 minutes gone. 50 plays 28, and the mark's been taken by
There's been
McConville.
a lot of that lately for Pascoe Vale.
They're
a lot of
just
bad turnovers.
pinned in their defensive half at the moment. Kick smothered, though. Provides them with a window of opportunity. Raven taps it to his advantage. Teammate Michael Ross comes in. Ripped off the ball. No clean possession. Now Aberfeldy. First hands. Can't get it out, though. Michael Ross goes back in again. Very hard tackle from Cubillo. Moved him to the ground, and Aberfeldy won the ball back. Jacob Hislop gets the handball out, and the kick goes inside forward 50, and the mark's been taken on the lead by Zach Hislop. Well played, Aberfeldy. And Hislop will turn around. He probably suspects he might be too far out to score, although training on this ground, you never know. He might like it here. Have to go at least 52, and it's slightly more acute than a 45-degree angle.
He's going to pass this.
Wants to pass. Might resort to the kick to the hot spot in the end. And he will do just that. He loads up, gets very close to the man on the mark. It is a bit of a mongrel punt. It's going to land 15 metres out. Bounces through everyone up against the behind post, and crashing into that post over there is Sharp. The ball out for a boundary throw in the end. And it's right next to the behind post. Aberfeldy still in front at the moment by 22 points.
That was a very funny kick. He didn't know whether he was going to barrel it or play on, and yeah, that was just a mongrel punt.
Very wintry day, and that's despite the sun shining very brightly here at Clifton Park. Paieti's going to let it bounce and sit. That's very dangerous.
Oh,
Jacob Hislop came for the pressure, and for some reason, Tiki Paieti has kicked the ball.
He was trying to kick a point
over.
there. He was trying to rush her behind off by kicking a point.
Chance Bateman.
I can only imagine that's what the thinking was, and it's come a cropper and gone out on the full, and now Hislop has the chance to go back and kick another goal.
So he's tucked up against the pocket, though. That's the problem.
They're just not handling the pressure, Pascoe Vale. Abbas are just applying so much pressure.
22 points before the kick. 28 points after the kick. It's a goal. 8-8-56 plays 4-4-28. There's plenty of symmetry on that scoreboard right now, and Abbas will be loving the look of it.
So 4-4-28. Pascoe Vale have kicked 1 goal 3 in this quarter. Aberfeldy 4 goals 3. So Hislop joins the goal kickers today, which include Sharp, McLean, McNamara and McConville for singles, and Kyle Reimers for 3. While for Pascoe Vale, all singles, Urquhart, Warren, Robbins and Randello. 29 minutes gone, long quarter. Ball back in the middle. Is there time for Pascoe Vale to go into the sheds with a bit of hope and a bit of momentum? Taylor's at the bottom of this pack. If Aberfeldy kick one more, it starts to move into borderline unassailable territory on a day like today. It is a clean track, but moving the ball very hard for Pascoe Vale at the moment. Curlin gets the clean tap. That'll help. Caruso, the clearance to the top of the 50. Spoiled by Craven. It's going to land in the corridor. Holland chasing it for Pascoe Vale. First hands Aberfeldy, though, out to the boundary line. And eventually, Polizzi is tackled over the line. And it's out for a throw-in right in front of the Aberfeldy tent there. It's about 7 deep on that hill. And I suggest that they're keeping themselves warm. Safety in numbers out there, Adam Sarakoglu.
And the ribs, enjoying the ribs over there at the barbecue.
Here comes the throw.
We might head down there at half-time and see if we can get a hold of some of that meat. We'll have a ball up now.
I don't think we command freebies from that cafeteria. I'm pretty sure the club only offered it to us from the other one.
Well, just take advantage of whatever you can, Teo, because we need some hot coffee, a couple of hot dogs, and we'll enjoy the half-time break and get ready for a big second half as Brock McLean gets the hand pass in board, and Jacob Hislop handed it off, and Abbas get the ball cleared out of the danger zone. 1 bounce, 2 bounces over the line, and a boundary throw in broadcast side.
I can tell you half-time Essendon Doodle Stars 4-13-37, leading West Meadows 2-5-17. Very inaccurate game. Perhaps windy at Nipper Jordan today. In comes the boundary throw in. Johns runs to the front position. Curlin gets the tap over the back. Bounce past Randello, picked up by Aberfeldy. They'll bang it long to the top of the 50. It's bouncing towards the line. Muir couldn't read it in the swirling wind. Oswald tried to take possession, and now Muir actually takes the ball.
Yeah, he hit that well.
Attaches himself and the ball to Oswald, and Oswald gets up with a wry grin on his face because he knows what the defender did there to get the ball up. Up it goes again. John's got the tap. Muir straight to the boundary line, out for another throw. Siren imminent. 31 minutes ticked by, and ball down at the Aberfeldy end. They'd love to snare another one here in the shadows of the long break. Here comes the boundary throw in. Johns and Curlin to do the ruck work once again. Johns to the front, wins the tap down. Cubillo gets the ball inside forward 50, bouncing into the path of Oswald. Did the defender fall on his back? Umpire says it's locked in. Give it to me. Another bounce in the corridor this time, though. Big stoppage coming up.
Yep. Pascal will be praying for the siren here.
There has been a stretcher in this quarter, so it will be longer than usual. Michael Ross to switch across to the outer side. It's still in the left back pocket though. Lewis had some poise there and did well. Clean hands, picked up the ball and stopped to get rid of the Aberfeldy tackler. Went towards the middle of the ground and that's it. Half time.
Strathmore 11-8-74, and I'll give you the rest of the scores at the next break and play. Adam Sarakoglu, take it away.
A couple of kids in front of the van, very, very keen to not give up on their kick-to-kick game. They'll finally force off the ground in the second half is underway. Curlin, hand pass came out. Pascoe Vale get the first clearance of the second half as they did the first half, the first stoppage of the game. Inside 50, Warren was met hard and forced out of the contest. A big hit by Luke Davis. It's up for grabs, neutral footy, and Vez Premi's down back at the moment. He pounced onto Adam Hawley. Free kick coming up for Pascoe Vale, and the man taking the kick is going to be Michael Ross.
All right, we've also got here West Coburg 2-3-15 trailing Airport West 5-1-31, and we also have Division 1. Looking at where the kick for goal is currently lined up, still at the top of the run-up. Taylors Lakes 4-8-32, East Keilor 5-4-34, Glenroy 7-9-51, leading Oak Park 2-2-14.
Ross from just outside 50 did not get good purchase and it will land in the pocket. Came off hands and Milky gets a quick snap that goes across the face. He rushed it and it's out of bounds on the full. Right now, nothing going right for Pascoe Vale.
All right, continuing through Division 1, Tullamarine 3-3-21, Hillside 7-7-49, in front by 28 at half-time, and Essendon Duda Stars 4-13-37, leading West Meadows 2-5-17. Division 2 coming up at the next break and play.
McLean has the ball for Aberfeldy. He'll go inboard. That pass okay for Allen. Slow build for Aberfeldy. They'll switch towards the outer side and they've got that 28-point cushion, which means they can just take it easy and ride the wave for a little bit. Good kick from Toy. Found Zach Hislop. He'll go inboard. That kick's okay as well. It's in the hands of Jesse Laurie. He'll go in towards the pocket. And a diving slips catch from Jack Mack.
So Division 2, Jacana 6-5-41, Moonee Valley 5-7-37, Burnside Heights 4-2-26, trailing Coburg Districts 13-9-87, East Sunbury 5-5-35, Keilor Park 5-14-44, and Hadfield 9-5-59, leading Roxburgh Park 7-4-46 at EDFL Footy on Twitter and Essendon DFL on Facebook. The scores will be up in just a moment.
So about a 35-degree angle from just beyond the 50, and that was a shank. It was a shank, it was a shank, it was a shank. No other way to describe that one. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick coming up for Paco. Randello just waiting for the pill.
1-1 now with the shanks out on the full. Warren had the shot and then J Mac then.
It's been a bit of a lacklustre start to his second half, Jambo, after a pretty good first half.
Yeah, again, just trying to find their feet, get their matchups right, and we've got a free kick here.
Advantage paid for Aberfeldy, 1-2, and running card there was Gareth Phillips. High ball for the goal square, and a big pack went up for the ball. No one brought it down. Randello, last line of the fence, tried to feed it out to Lewis. He's going to take on Oswald and did well in the end, but did not do it within the confines of the field of play. Boundary throw in. Yep, the left forward pocket here for Aberfeldy. We'll wait for this ball to come back in.
All halftime scores are now up. Essendon DFL on Facebook and at EDFL Footy on Twitter. You can see them for yourself.
Yep, and it's a big day of EDFL footy across all three divisions. As season's starting to take shape now. We're a third of the way through it already. It's been a very quick year so far, and Aberfeldy get the ball out of wing, out of bounds on the full. And I'll chip it in board for now. Again, no rush. High ball. Straight into the hot spot. The target was Zach Hislop, but getting in front was King. I think that was for Pascoe Vale. Now Randello in towards the middle. Tidell takes the chest mark, came out in front of Cubillo, took it well. Left foot ball out wide. That one's okay. Now Lewis, who just keeps popping up across half back. He's getting a lot of ball across that part of the ground. His kick wasn't so great for Harris. He had to just force the ball out and went to the 2-on-1 by hand. That will be a ball up on the outer side.
That looked high.
This is where we need to pay tribute to Aberfeldy for installing the scoreboard and enforcing that we use the van today, because otherwise we would be barely able to recognise a thing looking into the sun. Here's the ball in Pascoe Vale possession. Ben Ross takes the mark, true half-forward position. Fires off a quick handball to the running man coming through. High up and under kick, looking for Warren. He's going to have to take it on the bounce here. El Hooley hot on his hammer. Warren gets the handball away to no one in particular. And so sweeping in to take possession of the ball there and being pinged holding the ball was Phillips. And Ben Warren is going to line up for goal. He'll have to kick it from about 48. And Phillips didn't get clean possession after taking his prior opportunity. Incorrect disposal, holding the ball. Call it what you will. It's a shot for goal coming up for Ben Warren and a chance to reduce the margin to an extent. He can bring it back to 22 points with a straight kick.
And just the pressure, like the delivery there to Warren was just a terrible kick, and that's just the pressure that Pascoe are under today, and they need to get this one on the board. 5
minutes without a score either way in the third. Warren close to the man on the mark, goes for distance, and it's going to land on the line. Good goal umpiring there to see the fist getting there before the line, through for a rushed point. First score of the second half, and it's Pascoe Vale 4-5-29, Aberfeldy 8-8-56.
Toy broadcast side with the kick in. That's right towards the van, and Kefford takes the mark. He'll get it moving over the top in the hole there. It was one of the youngsters there in Phillips, couldn't take the mark. Jacob Hislop couldn't keep it in play. And we will have a throw in next to the canteen, which is still serving the half-time customers. Already into the third quarter, throw in. High one. And Ruckman actually might have fallen a bit short, that boundary throw in. Ruckman had to come and meet it. And Caruso sandwiched there by a couple of Aberfeldy tacklers.
And Brock McLean just offering encouragement at the base of that pack. Blackwell gives the ball back to the umpire. Here we go. Both Rucken get a clean run at it. Johns with the tap, then roves his own ball. Slung off it, but still got left foot to it. Kefford coming out, hits him at the bootlaces, unable to take it on the half volley. Second time of asking, does take clean possession of the ball. Gets it off to the running man there. And that is Carboni inside forward 50, and a good mark coming across. And Jack Mack is going to line up for goal. 30 metres out, almost directly in front. And Victor Carboni with a real turn of speed there to get away and send Aberfeldy into another scoring opportunity.
Another great passage of play, but another missed tackle there by Pascoe Vale. You know, you've got to make them stick. You just can't let the bloke run past you, and now they've got a shot on goal.
McNamara, one goal in the second quarter. This one almost directly in front. He'll kick from about 35. Right foot, deliberate approach, goal umpire working the post, but it creeps in just inside the right-hand post, and Aberfeldy strike first in the second half. 7 minutes until we got the goal, but they now open up a match-high 33-point lead, 9-8-62 to 4-5-29.
Yeah, they've it's been a funny start to the quarter, but just their ball movement and their transition through the mids and having the confidence to take on the Pascoe Vale players, and yeah, it's they're looking the goods at the moment.
It's goal number 13 for the year for Jack McNamara, coming off 3 last week against Airport West as Ben Ross went looking for Ben Warren. No mark taken. And Al Hooley, he's going to try and lock this one up. He might get in trouble if that ball stayed locked in, but it came out in the end, and now it's high contact and a free kick will go Aberfeldy's way to be taken by Lynch. Quick hands off. And they'll rebuild off half-back. Abbas half forward we go. Carboni takes a mark, runs inboard. Just had some space through the corridor. Good little hit-up pass was good as well for Zach Hislop.
Oh.
And then the tackler came for Brock McLean. TK Paeti claimed him. There was a whistle and a free kick. Aberfeldy were pinged on that occasion. Brock McLean did not see Paeti coming, and it was a turnover as a result as Urquhart goes for a dash. Hand pass over the top. Lewis just keeps accumulating the footy. High ball to the hot spot. And Warren did have some room back there, but no mark taken. El Hooley.
Oh, what's that? Volleyball.
Played some volleyball there and put Courtney Johns under a lot of pressure. Polizzi got it out. Vez Premier got the shot, and that might be the kickstart Paco needed. It's a goal. It's 5-5-35. Playing 9-8, 62, 8 minutes gone, third quarter.
And Jambo, you look at kickstarts, it's that holding the ball tackle. TK Paeti came through from the blind side on Brock McLean, ripped him to the turf, and from the ensuing passage of play, they go end to end. It took a bit of a defensive cough up there, but they still get the goal, and they'll take anyone anyway at the moment.
And Vez Premi's hurt now. He's called for the trainer, and he's limping off. He's yeah, I'm not sure what he's done. He's That's a big loss for Paco, but
we've been speculating all day about his state of health. Ball up in the middle Tap down Johns, and first hand's almost Oswald, knocked away from him. Lynch is there, tries to wrestle his way out of a tackle, gets left foot on the ball. It's going to bounce at half forward, tumbling up. Kefford takes it with a blind turn, gets it off to Oswald. He steadies on the right, bending back left to right, and it's hit the post at the last second. And the goal umpire comes up and says it just shaved the woodwork. Nearly the instant reply from Aberfeldy, 9.963 to 5.535.
Yeah, so Vez Premi, he's actually gone off the, not even through the interchange gate, so he's gone for the day. He's not in a good state at all. He's got 3 trainers.
Only multiple goal kicker for Paco as well.
We're back to the half-time margin of 28 points. Toys kick partially smothered. And now Caruso, hand pass. It was claimed high late by Cubillo. The ball already gone, and it didn't matter in the end, so no free kick. Lewis again getting himself involved. Where's this guy come from, guys? He's first time we've seen him in a broadcast game this year, and he just keeps getting the ball across. Half back, the number 31 for Pascoe Vale. Ball up at half forward. He's coming up for the Panthers. Umpire threw it up. Tydell was there, as was Lynch for Aberfeldy. On ground level, Urquhart will send it back in towards Warren, who had 2 to beat on this occasion. One of them was Allen. He tripped over. Al Hooley was not there for the support. And eventually some players got back there, and Abbas will clear. Oswald, the ball just moved away from him late. Was that a high contact free kick?
The off-field umpires paid it, so good umpiring again.
Cam Sharp was the man tackling Ekonomu, and he will receive the free kick. It's now in the hands of Curlin.
In the centre square, and he kicks it into the man on the mark. Carboni's having a monster third quarter. Roves the spill, kicks it inside forward 50. It's to a one-on-one. Reavers at the back and takes the grab. He'll turn around and line up at the top of the goal square. And we've said this a couple of times, but surely this will be number 4 on the Kyle count. And Victor Carboni is taking the game by the scruff of the neck.
Yes, he's taking the game on, but just, again, the pressure. Pascoe Vale can't handle the heat that's on them when they get the ball. They're not used to it, and this actually could be a good hit out for them to actually show where they are.
You writing them off already, Jambo?
No, I'm not writing them off already, but it's just a good wake up call for the Pascoe Vale.
12th shot on goal for the day is a major. Kyle Reimers puts it through, celebrates to the hill, and they oblige. Cold afternoon over there on the hill, but they enjoyed that, and Aberfeldy moved to 10.969 to Pascoe Vale 5.535. It's out to 34 points. 11 minutes gone, third quarter. That is Kyle Reimers' 4th goal of the day.
Aberfeldy have gone inside 50 37 times, and they've actually taken 14 marks inside 50, compared to Pascoe Vale 22 with only 3 marks inside 50. So the ball use by Pascoe Vale going inside 50 isn't good when you've got your lead-up targets.
So much ex-AFL talent out in the park today. And it was one of them, Kyle Reimers, getting the job done there again as King gets it out. Ben Ross, he was tackled without the ball by Craven, and he will get the free kick. Ben Ross has it. Goalless so far today, a goal in every game up until today so far. For the former Ruby champ, he kicked it straight into the man on the mark. He has to go back and fetch it. Gets it now, the Liston Trophy winner of 2012. On all fours, and got pushed in the back. Free kick will go the man to the way of the Paco man.
And the Aberfeldy canteen doing a stellar job. Have just come through with the goods. Coffee's not far away, I'm told. Not a coffee drinker myself, but guys, relief is coming, and Claire Varley on the outer side. Time to come back around to the van. Here goes Lewis. Pascoe Vale need a spark. Kicks it straight to Davis at the top of the defensive 50 for the 2 Blues. He's looking into the sun at the moment, which is bathing the ground here at Clifton Park. Davis loads up, right-footed kick to the wing. Kevin's got to work in a 1-on-3. Does well. Got first hands on the ball. Comes down, though. No one with a clean mark. And now high tackle on Taylor of Pascoe Vale. Free kick's going to go his way. And the infringing player was Sharp. Gets it on quickly. Caruso running straight into trouble. Balks twice. Doesn't know where to go. Eventually concedes territory and finds Raven. This is what he likes to do. He likes to run, carry and rebound. But on this occasion, he has to go across the face and find Economou. And Economou now, he's going to kick it to the top of the 50. On the bounce, doesn't do any favours for Tydell. Sells him into a 50-50. The cavalry arrives, and Jacob Hislop is going to get away with the ball for Aberfeldy. Touches the ball on the ground and then kicks backwards. They're going to retain possession here. Ryan Allen takes the mark on the half-back flank.
It's tempo footy right now, isn't it? Just Abbas are happy to take the foot off the pedal a little bit, but not enough to allow Paco back into the game. It's on the full.
No, it was
what
deliberate.
happened, Jambo?
Deliberate. the Paco bench was going off and the umpire obliged.
Deliberate for what? I didn't see
Out of
anything.
bounds.
So it's
out
a
of
long
bounds.
way.
Yeah, no, it was for rushing it over the line.
Okay. Michael Ross has the ball for Pascoe Vale. They've got to get a move on. Down by 34 points. Game high, Tail, is it?
Game high.
34 points. 6 kicks away from the lead as Warren takes the mark. Now has Luke Davis on him, it seems. He was chasing him on that occasion.
Yeah, Aberfeldy will be happy he's taking marks out there and not directly in front of goal. This is it'd be a big kick if he slots this one.
I guess this is the sort of goal you do kick when you're the top gun in the league, though.
No leads coming. A small one from Urquhart. Not really given a look at by Ben Warren. It's a high ball. It'll go to the goal line. It was straight enough, but not long enough, and it might have just been forced through by Tydell. Is it a goal?
Conference coming. I think it's going to be paid a goal.
I think it was Dean Tydell who hacked it through.
Aberfeldy arguing.
Randello who's having a chat to the umpires as well, guys.
No cameras here at Clifton Park, of course, on the goal line.
No, it's
touched. Oh,
lesser result.
Big call.
Lesser result. 1 out on that occasion, and it's a let off for Pascoe Vale. Well, Abbas Rava, 5-6-36, plays 10-9-69.
And so ball moved in quickly by Aberfeldy around the outer side wing, pushing the back there by Lewis. He is paid. Non-controlling umpire saw it first, and so Aberfeldy going to move it into the corridor. Mark taken by Lynch. He's going to go back defensively. Cubillo standing in what many would call the quarterback position. He goes now to Ryan Allen, defensive side of the centre square, shrugs a tackle, and now moves the ball on. It's at the heels there and picking it up nicely. That was McConville. Gets it out wide. High kick inside the forward 50. Brock McLean going high, and there's a big grab at the back. And I'm pretty sure that is Kefford who's come down with it. He's going to turn around and line up 15 out directly in front in a pack of 5. The tallest man came down with the ball.
It's a massive mark. Just came over the back and took a one grab. It was a really good mark there by Kefford.
So Kefford coming in to kick another goal for Aberfeldy. He nurses it through and really did his best to miss, but it just sneaks inside the left-hand post. And Aberfeldy get their 11th, 11-9-75 to Pascoe Vale, 5-6-36, and that's really an 11-point swing. Denied a goal at one end with a very close call, and then no disputing that one as Aberfeldy go coast to coast.
Now, Paco have only got 2 on the bench, I think.
So Robbins and Urquhart, you would think?
Yeah, Urquhart's iced up, just sitting on the bench there. He actually went off the ground, so I don't think he can come back on either way.
Jambo, Urquhart just got the clearance for Pascoe Vale. He's on the ground and in the middle of the ground. So half forward we go. You sure it's Urquhart?
Sorry, it was Vez Premi, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said Urquhart wrongly there.
Abbas will go inside 50 because Urquhart's kick was a turnover and no mark taken. Paco have numbers back there. And again, it's just a real lull in this game at the moment, guys. There's not much happening. Urquhart went to don't argue and might have been high contact in that process because there's a free kick coming up for Aberfeldy. And it will be, again, Al Kefford.
Well, he had to wait until the mid stages of the third quarter to kick his first, but if he goes bang-bang here, the margin will be 45, and Pascoe Vale will have to more than double their score in the final quarter. I guess you can't rule it out based on the quality that's out there, but 2 down on the bench, it's looking very unlikely.
So this almost puts icing on the cake for Abras. It's going to be a point they minus score, and 11-10-76 plays 5-6-36. 40 points is now the margin. And it would take a miracle for Pascoe Vale, but we've seen a bit of that on 98.9 North to West FM so far this year as Urquhart goes short. Randello will go over the top. And Paco will slowly build now through Dean Tydell.
So Tydell looks into the corridor. He's on the halfback flank at the moment. Umpire finally calls him to play on. He's just going to have to load up and go with the left foot to true centre wing. Flying from deep, Michael Ross, too late to the ball, and coming away with it, Ryan Allen takes the mark. He's going to switch flanks here. Puts it over the top of the head of Phillips. He's going to run onto the bouncing ball. It sits up for him perfectly. Craven lays one Shepherd, couldn't lay a second, and Piety drives through and wins, gives away a free kick. Must have been for high contact on Harris, who was the second man in. It looked like holding the ball for all money, but Phillips instead gets up with the free. Kicks it high over the man on the mark, and now down to full back, punched into the back pocket, and Pascoe Vale clear away, out to the half-back flank. And King gets the spoil in on Lynch out there. Ball into a contest, and Out it comes with an up and under handball. Pascoe Vale get first hands. Holland now trying to work it through close quarters. King got hands on it, couldn't keep it under pressure of the tackle. Lynch rips it away, and now a big tackle comes in. It's going to be a free kick going Aberfeldy's way. Must have been for a high fend over on the outer side.
Time on, about to tick by in the third quarter. We just wait for play to restart on the outer wing.
Go down to Claire Varley at the next break and play.
Now the kick comes, a high ball into the left forward pocket for Aberfeldy, and out the fall of it, Carboni got the hand pass out, a quick snap and a goal for Aberfeldy. We'll confirm the goal kicker in a moment. I think it's Zach Hislop.
It is.
It is Zach Hislop, number 7. And Abbas are now out to, 46 points, guys?
Correct. 12-10-82 to 5-6-36. Claire Varley is back from watching proceedings over on the Pascoe Vale bench. Claire.
Yes, Patrick Premi has come off with a real big injury to that right leg, although I'm not getting any comments about any of the injuries from the trainers. But the general mood over there is that I think they've kind of conceded they might not win this one.
Well, we'll get you to go out and have a listen to both huddles at three-quarter time, Claire, and see what the message is. And if there is any optimism in that Pascoe Vale camp. Right now it's 46 points, and Aberfeldy having their way of proceedings. Lynch back side of the centre square, caught in a tackle. Shouts for ball, not heated. No one can take clean possession. Aberfeldy man at the bottom of the pack, wrapped up by Harris. And it's going to be a ball up eventually. As we tick into time on of the third quarter, 12-10-82 plays 5-6-36. One-way traffic going Aberfeldy's way at the moment. And they get the clearance here once again. Phillips, the outside man, takes the handball and runs. Left foot kick. It's going to bounce into the forward 50. Kefford can't take it. Paeti can't take it. It's heading out towards the forward pocket. Both the big men return back. Kefford got there first. Kicks a banana. And that is the sort of special one that they'll be reminiscing about in the rooms after what looks inevitably like a big win on the way. Kefford with a banana goal from the pocket. The sort of thing you only try in desperation stages. And he's pulled it off in front of the fans. That makes it 13-10-88 to 5-6-36. The margin now out to 52 points.
There's about 300 people where he kicked that one from, and that's where Kyle went off earlier in the year to the masses that pile over there near the barbecue and beer tents.
And he did a James Hurd as well. He went to the fence and gave a double high five to the nearest fan, basically.
So ball back in the middle. It will be a secondary bounce. 21 minutes gone. 13-10-88 to 5-6-36. Kefford's 2 goals, both coming in quick succession in this quarter. Johns gets the hit down. Lynch, handball out of the congestion to Oswald. Inside forward 50, pushing the back. Pretty blatant stuff from Tydell. And it's going to be a free kick here to McNamara. He's looking pretty casual about it all. He'll turn around 40 metres out, maybe 45 when he kicks. Almost directly in front, looking into the sun. That's the only hindrance here as he tries to make it a 58-point margin and kick Aberfeldy's 4th goal in the space of 6 minutes.
Could we be looking at a 100-point margin here today?
Well, that is quite a suggestion. Here comes McNamara, straight over the goal umpire's hat. Jack Max got 3, and Aberfeldy continue to kick away 14-10-94 to 5-6-36. They have kicked 6 goals to 1 in this third quarter, and it's gone 22 minutes.
I mean, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but Aberfeldy today have just been class. Their rotations, their matchups that they've got, the ball use, the pressure that they're putting on Pascoe Vale. It really is a big wake-up call for the rest of the competition.
Well, this is extraordinary stuff we're watching here. I came here today thinking I was a little bit worried about Pascoe Vale winning it by a big margin and what that might win for the be for the league. Instead, we're going to be talking about what it means that Aberfeldy are doing this to one of their fellow contenders. And maybe Greenvale will be, even though they lost to both these two teams, might be feeling a little bit better about their performance against Aberfeldy back in round 1.
And yet you tipped Abbas anyway, didn't you?
I did tip Aberfeldy anyway.
Ekonomi's kick didn't go anywhere really. And Leach, hand pass out. It is a procession now of Aberfeldy goals as Oswald up towards half forward. Paeti will take the mark. Bronx cheers now coming from the contingent.
I can't believe there's a quarter of this to go, guys. It already feels like the sting's out of the game.
Yeah, I feel like it's already in junk time, Teo, and still another quarter to go.
Could Kyle do what he did in a previous game and kick 8 1/4?
Ball up. That was against Marby, wasn't it?
Against Marby.
Free kick, Jambo.
Yeah.
What's it for?
In the back to Pascoe Vale.
Three-quarter time score. Essendon Duda Stars 6-14-50. West Meadows 7-8-50. Scores dead level at the final change.
We're not far away from Nipper Jordan. We might just sneak down there for the last quarter. That looks like a close finish. I know Jambo would be in favour of that. It's an Aberfeldy shot on goal coming up, though. Lance Oswald has the footy. Was it off a turnover? I think it might have been. We'll have a shot coming up now for Abbas. Adam Hawley coming off in the meantime, which means Milky Warrant, for the time being, is loose all by himself. But that doesn't matter when Lance Oswald has the footy at the other end. The shot's on the way, and it's good. 15-10, 100 Aberfeldy, Pascoe Vale 5-6-36. It's game over. Abbas on top of the ladder, and right now your flag favourite.
Yes, 64 points the margin, and Oswald becomes another goal kicker for Aberfeldy today. But here's how quickly the game went out of reach. Remus kicked a goal at the 11-minute mark of the quarter to make it 69-35, and since then there have been goals at the 16, 19, 21, 22 and 24-minute mark of the quarter, as Aberfeldy have taken this game and blown it wide open, now up by more than 10 goals. King is on the half-forward flank, though, after Pascoe Vale won the clearance. And plenty of activity ahead of the ball. He's looking for a lead now into the pocket, 1-on-2. Holland Flew had to go with the spoil rather than attempt to mark. Urquhart still came down with it. Back to King, trying to sell the dummy. Can't do so, caught in the tackle. Still got a clean handball away just in time. Urquhart now, Harris back out wide. Raven will send it inside forward, 50 to a one-on-one. Mark not taken. Toy at the fall of the ball, had his head taken off there, and the umpire does see it. High contact coming in from the side. In fact, it was Johns stooping to the ball. He's going to go across the face, but the siren saves any blushes there as he kicked it into a contested situation. And at three-quarter time, that's the quarter they'll be talking about for a little while. Aberfeldy 15-10-100 to Pascoe Vale 5-6-36. 7 goals 2 to 1 goal 2 in that quarter.
Sunbury can obviously make that one interesting as well. Whistle downfield as soon as the ball was thrown up. Free kick will go Aberfeldy's way. It's just not Paco's day today. As Johns gets the ball out, and McLean will send it forward, and a good mark. Clunked in there by Zach Hislop. A goal in the third quarter for him. High ball to the pocket. McNamara couldn't take the mark, and a lot of players around this ball. Tidal taken high, free kick, Panthers.
So ball on the halfback flank. We will bring you around the ground scores as soon as they come to hand, but we're now in front. Remember, we're here through to 5:30, so stay with us, especially if you want to beat the traffic and get away. Make sure you've got us on 98.9 or the EDFL team app as we bring you all the post-game interviews and reaction from around the grounds. Inside the forward 50, Urquhart can't mark. Hands come down. Pascoe Vale will get away through Caruso. He's torn off his kick. Lynch to Oswald. He's going to take it on the 2 bounce and then handball it back to Lynch with a grubber handball. It works out, though, and Lynch spots up a target. And that's how you win league medals. You hit targets under pressure. And the mark has been taken by Hislop. And he will go back with TK Piety. 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. And if he kicks truly here, it's going to be out to 70 points the margin. We didn't see this one coming. And Hislop has 2 so far today. Wheels around onto the arc to go for the distance. Bends the wrong way into the forward pocket. And it looks as though there's been a free kick for either holding or chopping the arms. Pascoe Vale ball next to the behind post. We've got a score off Twitter. Taylor's Lake 6-10-46. East Keilor 8-7-55. That one is going down to the line in Division 1.
Yep. Big finish coming up at Lionheart, or is that an East
That
Keilor
is at Lionheart.
Abbas will get another shot on goal here. It is now Jacob Hislop with the footy. Turnover for Paco.
That was a nothing kick. It was just, yeah. If he's asked for them to spark up, well, you don't do that in your defensive 50.
Maybe the message should have been, if you want to keep your spot, maybe provide something this last quarter. Because it might not be the same 22 running out next week for Pascoe Vale. The point has been scored there by Jacob Hislop. Minor score 15-11, 101 plays, 5-6-36. 2 minutes into the final term. Kick in, long broadcast side, and Roundello will be beaten to the ball by Luke Davis. He shakes his head. It's just not their day today, Paco. Inboard Davis goes, and McNamara, I think it's him, can go back and have another shot.
Well, Greenvale making their case. They're 13-12-90 to Keilor 6-3-39. Thank you to the Keilor Twitter for sending that score through.
That's a spanking. That's
a big win up at Section Road coming for Greenvale today. And, well, they've lost to both these two teams out here, but they are firmly ensconced as the third favourite right now, if not on an even par with these two.
Question can be asked as well. Where does that leave Keilor as McNamara goes bang and misses? They're just consistently now off the mark against the better teams in the comp, aren't they?
They are, and well, the percentage is going to take more damage today, and we'll wait and see how Strathmore goes. They had a comfortable but not a dominant lead against Northern Saints at half-time. Here comes Urquhart kicking in from the point. Gets 55 on it. John's flying from 3 deep. Couldn't take the mark. Ball still going inside the Aberfeldy forward 50, but Tydell is a battering ram, and he is taken to ground by 3 in the tackle and will eventually get back up. And so, ball up at the top of the 50. Curlin gets the tap straight to Aberfeldy. Sharp up and underhand ball. Kefford leading out, takes it on the bounce, left it behind. Sharp following it through. Snap from the pocket. And that is through for a goal. The umpire initially patted his chest and said, wait a minute. He has beat the angle. We've had a miracle from Kefford at one end and a miracle from Sharp at the other. And everything is going Aberfeldy's way today. 15-12 becomes 16-12, 108 to 5-6-36, and the margin is out to 72 points.
Wow, this is
Sharp by name or sharp by nature?
Bang, Adam, the chief. That's why you're the chief. This is an embarrassment now. This is may as well just call the game off. If Paco aren't going to show anything.
Well, but we need to see. We need to see if there's fight here. We need to. This is why they play 4 quarters, because percentage may matter in the battle for the top 2. Here is Michael Ross. Ducks, weaves round a tackle, does well. High kick, bouncing into the forward 50. Warren takes it on the bounce, wheels around. Handball to Sam Caruso. He wants to turn onto his right foot and does. Into the corridor, doesn't hit the target. It's going to bounce in the corridor now. Running through, Pascoe trying to take possession but can't. Oswald wins the hard ball. Quick handball off, and now Blackwell gets it away. He'll drive it through the centre. Mark's been taken out there and losing the ball after going to ground, but no shouts for 50. Just a matter of not being able to bring it to ground. Carboni, quick handball off. Driven forward for Aberfeldy. Half forward flank. Oswald has run all the way down the field to try and mark that ball. Couldn't get there in the end. Pascoe Vale emerged with a chain of handballs.
Well, easy over the top. And King tackled as soon as he got the ball. It spilt into the hands of Taylor. And Curlin goes down the line. King gets it now for Pascoe Vale, and he'll find Roundello. So a good little passage. Hasn't resulted in anything yet except a deep forward entry. Roundello now goes with the shot over the head of Warren's head, and it will be a minor score. Ben Warren, just the 1 goal today. It'll be his slowest return so far this year.
Interrupt me if we've got a scoring chance, Adam. Here are the 3-quarter time scores in Division 1. Taylors Lake 6-10-46, East Keilor 8-7-55, Glenroy 9-11-65, Oak Park 5-9-39, Tullamarine 10-8-68, Hillside 7-7-49, did not score in the 3rd quarter, and Essendon Duda Stars 6-14-50, level with West Meadows 7-8-50.
Big finish coming up at Nipper Jordan, Jambo.
And a big score from the AFL, the Giants 106 to the Adelaide Crows 60.
It begins. It has begun, in fact. It's underway, well and truly.
They've got a really bad record against the Crows as well, so top 4 might be beckoning for the new boys. And now it is Cubillo here at Clifton Park.
Boys.
Interrupt.
Northern Saints 15-9-99, Strathmore 12-9-81, 3-quarter time score at Charles Mutton.
Wow.
We might need confirmation on that one.
That
double confirmation.
Either way, they're either within 17 points or up by 18 points. That's unbelievable. I'm going David McWilliam, our man, EDFL Life member with the scores. Northern Saints 15-9-99, Strathmore 12-9-81.
Lynch will go to the goal square for Aberfeldy, and just caught behind on that occasion was Kyle, and now he's going to just leave that one there for Oswald. Paco ended up winning the ball. Urquhart goes wide. King kept on running out of wing. Harris takes the mark. Game opening up now, but it's junk time as Harris went looking for Ross. I'll get that one out right. It's Ross. It's giving me some trouble today, guys. In the middle we go. And Mark taken for Aberfeldy. Teo, have you got another score there? Or?
Yeah, we've got Avondale Heights 10-11-71, Maribyrnong Park 12-16-88. We will get Travis Posnahosky to call in, but because it's junk time, we'll get him to call in and give us an update anyway.
May as well. Jambo, you summed it up pretty well before. There's nothing happening right now here at Clifton Park.
I think Kyle's
some of the numbers have actually left as well.
I thought
doesn't he want to be the leading goal kicker by the end of the day?
No, he's just put the cue in the rack himself, I think. He might head over to the have a few ribs over on the hill. If he can sneak around.
Still got 20 minutes of this. We might just start the pre-game show early with the game still going on. That's how bad it's getting. As
here he is.
Reamers. Ball bounced into his hands nicely, and the tackle didn't quite stick for Mura.
I reckon he got the superstar treatment there, Remus. Got the full 360 in the tackle.
Lewis, who's been getting a lot of the ball today in the back half of Pascoe Vale. Bit of a Saturday afternoon stroll at Clifton Park and the kick down the line.
I can't believe that Northern Saints score. They've kicked 9 goals to 1 in the third quarter.
You know they're capable of
to lead by 18 points against the defending premiers. It is going to be a very interesting last quarter out at Charles Mutton. And
you know they're capable of
that. That raises the stakes for Airport West versus West Coburg as well. Here comes the boundary throw-in.
And scores the level at Nipper Jordan Oval.
Craven soccers off the ground, straight to Economou of Pascoe Vale. Ball spills back to Craven. Unconventional handball works out for him. Lynch, sideways handball to McNamara. Right-footed snap, bounces high in the goal square, and well played there by Mura on the last line to take the ball. Now to Urquhart, back to Mura with a 1-2. Doesn't want to rush the behind because he's got a man to get him out of trouble on the half-back flank, and that is King. Does well to evade one tackle. Still running hard to the end of the youngster. Michael Ross now sweeps the handball out wide to the flank, and then the pinpoint kick into the corridor finds Justin Taylor on true half-back position.
Switches on for Economou. He won't go there though. Just goes wide instead. And King takes the mark on all fours. Still waiting for his new jump up. Over the top, and Hollands now has it. He'll go in board as well.
9 minutes ticked over.
Kicks. Here's Lewis again. I'd love to see his stats today. A lot of them uncontested, and it's no knock on him. It's just popping up in the right areas. We're inside 50 for Pascoe Vale, but it's coming back out again. Jacob Hislop got the hand pass out. Allen in towards the mud heap. Good kick. Now receiving it is Lynch. Wants a runner. No one provides. Not until the last moment. Now a high kick from Blackwell. He's been pretty quiet. Inside 50 he goes, and McNamara takes, in the end, an uncontested mark.
Now, I don't want to be a spoil sport, guys, but how many does Kyle Remus need to take player of the game off Ryan Allen? Because I think Ryan Allen, the team's only conceded 5 goals. As much as we want the Kyle count here in the box, he's kicked like a mule today.
Shot is a point from Jack Mack.
Jambo?
I tell you, when do you want to take Travis?
Well, we'll have Travis Posnahosky on the line right now. Travis, thanks for joining us. Repeat that three-quarter time score, please, at Avondale Heights versus Maribyrnong Park.
G'day guys, so three-quarter time. They're just about to start the last quarter now with the umpires in the middle. Avondale Heights 10-11-71, Maribyrnong Park 12-16-88. So Avondale Heights, they kicked the first 4 of that quarter to get back within a few points, and then in probably the last minute and a half of the game, Maribyrnong Park were able to stem the flow and kick another 2 goals just to get back out to a 17-point lead heading into the final quarter.
So there's been a lot of wild momentum swings, but do Marby have enough in the bank to hold on in this final term, or will they need to continue the all-out attack?
No, I think they've got enough in them. As we said at half-time, the Creek end seems to be the scoring end, and that's the end that they'll be kicking to in this last quarter. They're just going forward now as I speak, and so 3 goals in front, and you could actually make that 4 goals, as they've just kicked the goal right now about 15 seconds into the last quarter, so they're now 23 points up in front, and looking quite good. They finished that quarter really well.
Well, Travis, thank you for the update. So as we leave you, just update that score for us again, accounting for the Maribyrnong Park goal at the start of the final term.
So the scoreline, Avondale Heights 10-11-71, Maribyrnong Park, they now move to 13-16-94, so 23-point lead for Maribyrnong Park at the very start of the final quarter.
Thank you, Travis. We'll speak to you at full time. Travis Posnahosky at Avondale Heights. And
Cheers.
Adam, we had a goal in the meantime. Jack McNamara making up for that miss from close range.
Yeah, the right foot snap. I think Paco from the kick in from that point you mentioned got it to half forward, and again, a turnover. Abbas get it back. Jack Mack kicks the goal.
His 4th, and all of a sudden he is the equal leading goal kicker on the ground, along with Remus. 17-13, 115, plays 5-6-36, 79 points the margin. We've now gone 11 minutes in this final quarter.
29 scoring shots to 11, plus a couple out on the full and stuff inside Abbas forward 50. So that just shows the dominance that Abbas have had, and unlucky or lucky that they can't kick straight.
It's become a very predictable script, one that won't even get to the casting stage today. It's been a pretty dirty day. Raven and Cubillo got tangled up there, and a few reactions from the fans went unheard from the umpire.
Another big score. West Coburg 6-7-43, Airport West 6-6-42. Can you imagine the scenes if Northern Saints win, only to be left on the bottom because Airport West and West Coburg have a draw? It's in play.
Warren takes the mark, left 4 pocket for Pascoe Vale.
I think
Music
this-
started in the club rooms now, guys. It's
Ladies' Day really kicking off.
I think this is his first. It might be his second mark for the day, for Warren.
he's misjudged a lot today, hasn't he?
Yeah. He looks lost in the 50s, but it's also the ball delivery. It hasn't been as precise as what he'd be used to. Another
Going-
tough shot here from this angle.
Going for goal number 2. He's averaging 6 a game. This for only number 2, and the goal umpire doesn't move, and there is absolutely no reaction to it.
There's no
One
reaction.
teammate, or 2 teammates, Raven and Randello, will come and give the tap on the bum, but that's it.
It's very
6-6-42,
subdued.
Pascoe Vale, Aberfeldy 17-13. Jambo.
Very subdued here at Clifton Park. I actually think a few people have left because there's other
Oh, yeah.
games going on. I did see a lot of neutral supporters here today. Spoke to a couple of people wanting the scores from Keeler and Marby and things like that. But a lot of them have left, I think, to go and see the final quarters at other venues.
And all the scores bar Burnside Heights versus Coburg Districts are now available on Twitter at EDFL Footy and also on Facebook, Essendon DFL.
The question is begging now, I know it's a long season, I know about the history of Aberfeldy when it comes to the biggest stage of all, but who stops them at the moment, guys, because they have now beaten all of the main contenders, but we still haven't had the grand final rematch, and right now that seems like it would be an easy win for Abbas.
Well, I still think, I still think Paco will learn a lot from today, and I guess the one guarantee is no one gets ahead of themselves after this one. Everyone goes away and gets a reality check, and this is a quality team with quality players. We've seen them do brilliant things against almost everyone else, as there is a goal.
We'll confirm the goal kicker in a moment, but there was a bit of a
Pretty
salute
sure it's,
to the away fans as
Carboni.
well, and a clap as well. That
and he's
It's a
pointing
very
to the
confident-
scoreboard. He's pointing to the scoreboard.
is a
to
very
the-
confident young man, Victor Carboni.
giving it to the Pascoe Vale supporters over the far side.
Obviously had a bit of encouragement lining up for goal there.
Might have been a turbo wave.
18-13, 121. Plays 6-6-42, back out to 79 points, which is the match high. And repeating three-quarter time scores, all bar Coburg Districts versus Burnside Heights, are now available at EDFL Footy on Twitter and Essendon DFL on Facebook.
Westie is 7 points up with 7 minutes to go at Nipper Jordan Oval.
Dave Connell answering the critics.
We'll see who got dropped as well after the bye. Disappointing game against Tulla, who themselves don't look like they're going to be as good as perhaps some
Well,
thought.
they are up by 3 goals at three-quarter time, though, against Hillside Tulla. They kept them scoreless in the third term.
And now it's in the hands of McLean for Aberfeldy, off to Toy. Some ex-AFL talent combining. A high one and a long one, and 2 bites of the cherry for Jack Mack.
This is for number 5. Claire Varley's down on the sidelines. Claire, has the crowd thinned out much, or are the Aberfeldy supporters just waiting to pile into the rooms and sing the song?
I think you're right. I think the crowd has definitely thinned out. It feels very sparse down here.
All right, well, Claire will be out on the ground grabbing a post-match interview for us, and then, of course, our Sports Moves Player of the Day, and hopefully both coaches in the van with us as part of EDFL Review.
McNamara kicks a helicopter through the sticks. It's a goal. 19-13, 127. Plays 6-7, 43. Only 3 goals now away from the top.
Well, Adrian, that excitement and sort of feeling as though the game was delivering that we had at quarter time feels like a lifetime ago. It was 88-56 to 4-4-28 at half time. Since then, Aberfeldy have kicked 11 goals to 2. And they now lead by 85
Was that Jack
points.
Mack's 3rd goal of the quarter?
That was Jack Mack's 2nd goal of the quarter. He has 5 for the day. He is now the leading goal kicker on the ground.
Right, I'm missing a goal on my sheet then, Taya. We'll fix that one up later. I don't think it matters today, though, as Paco goes deep once more off the ground. Raji gets a little sneaky goal there for Pascoe Vale. Anthony Raji socket off the ground. It was almost half volleyed, and it will count for 6.
7-6-48, trails 19-13, 127. Goal kickers I have for Aberfeldy in this quarter, Sharp, McNamara with 2, and Carboni.
What happened to our coffees from the canteen?
Obviously a slight delay. Claire Varley's fingers.
That line has not stopped all day, though.
Yeah,
so
to be fair, they have done a stellar job, the Aberfeldy Volunteers. Few clubs would be put under this sort of strain in local footy.
That's where the food van perhaps comes into play. Just
Right.
fire one out and give the fans a second option. Free kick out of the middle. Harris, hand pass off. Polizzi Left foot ball into the pocket when looking for the blonde hair, and the ball got fisted away from Warren there by Al Hooley. Much to the delight of the locals, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Well, I can't believe that Northern Saints score, guys. I am really looking forward to what the final score is when it comes through from Charles Mutton.
The fallout as well, coming from Lebanon Reserve, will be very interesting as well.
But you can't sack the coach when he's got a lot of input into the playing list that you've got.
Oh, no one, Jambo, just the hanging judge.
No, well, there's been talk about it, but, you know, the players aren't responding and, you know, all the usual stuff you hear from the outside, and it's always easy when you're on the outside. But, you know, as you mentioned in the pre-game, has his tenure, you know, did he get the premiership he wanted and the players are just taking it easy now?
So you and I might have the journalism degrees on our walls, but
Jambo's
Jambo's got the tabloidism in his blood.
All right, okay, we've got the ball now in the centre square. Pascoe Vale, though, Tydell gets the handball to Economou, still full of running, still trying hard. Handball hits the target, but it's fumbled, still finds its way through. And now Raven keeps it moving. Blind turn, King did well to keep possession of the ball. Pascoe Vale, it's helter-skelter, but at least they're holding on to possession. And now they'll go wide, 55 out, kick into the forward 50 is taken. Tydell round the corner, and he collapses as he's tackled in the kick. He played on, and Aberfeldy, it's a very short 15, but they are paid a mark down in the back pocket. We've got Burnside Heights 5-2-32, Kobe Districts 24-15, 159. Adam Sarakoglu, I bow to your knowledge of the Burnside Heights win hangover, as you suggested during the week. That is already well beyond 100 points, and that's going to be a late finish up there at Burnside Heights.
Scores a level at Nipper Jordan with 4 minutes to go.
Oh, a draw would be very interesting for both teams. Westy will feel like they're back with a bit of feel for it, because of course they've got Craigieburn next week, so it doesn't get any easier for them. We'll leave that for post-game. Right now the ball's in play with Aberfeldy, who are trying to extend an already huge 85-point lead.
Now Hawley to Cubillo. He's got 2 to beat, 3 to beat, and beats them. And he goes towards us. The ball hitting for the van. One bounce, 2 bounces. Reimers claims it.
He'll love
Decided to ignore McLean instead. He got it off, and now it's a high ball inside 50 off the boot of Phillips, and a very good mark is taken in the pocket.
Kefford.
Shot on goal coming up.
Hands off.
Kefford gets it off. Zach Hislop with the snap. And a bit of Hollywood about that passage. Another goal for Aberfeldy, 2013, 133, plays 7-7-49. Back on what's going on at Charles Mutton Reserve. Jambo, you can't sack a coach after he's won a flag 6 games after that flag.
Well, Brisbane Roar did it to Mike Mulvey, I suppose.
Different
sport, true.
If the playing group aren't responding, and it's not the netball competition where you win the premiership and then miss the finals the season after, which is the history in the netball competition.
Again, different sport.
Yep.
Zach Hislop's got 3, 1 in the second, third, and the last. And now the ball is up in the middle. Harris had one arm pinned. Umpire said no prior opportunity.
So let me get this straight. It is possible to sack your coach 6 games after winning a flag.
Well, if the players aren't responding and you're not winning games, what are you supposed to do?
For all we know, they might kick 10 unanswered in the last quarter and win by a street. So let's not get too carried away. It is only the 3/4 time score. Urquhart, mud on the face. He's worked hard today. Gets it to Caruso. Kick to a contest, though. Lewis works hard. Can't beat Phillips, though. And now the ball's coming back with interest. Kevin's got the sit behind Paeti. Edges him out. Flying over the back, though, making it a 2-on-1. Well played by Economou. And now Paeti will capitalise on the spill. Caruso does the blind turn. Gets out of trouble well. Still prolific, even a losing cause. And he'll kick it now for the lead of Polisi. He marks wide on the wing. Turns around. Wants to use that left foot. Will kick it into the pocket. Warren's the target. El Hooley, shoulder to shoulder, and again, the Hill love it. Huge cheer. You can hear it coming through the microphones. Warren still runs onto a handball receive. Now busting a gut to get it to King. He goes round the corner, back to Warren, and he takes a contested mark under great duress from El Hooley. And I guess when you're a key defender in a big win, you don't want your man kicking goals on you, even in junk time of the last quarter, and Ben Warren was made to earn that one.
So they've actually matched Aberfeldy this quarter for marks inside 50. They've taken 5 apiece going inside 50, but for the game it's 20 marks inside 50 to Aberfeldy to Pascoe Vale's 9.
So here comes the shot for goal. Ben Warren taking his time. No need to mess around with a working procedure. He'll still, as far as we know, finish the round as the top scorer unless someone else has done a Fred Fanning in one of the other games. He's got a couple today. This would be number 3. Here comes Warren from 40. Slight angle. And the goal umpire is up against the post and likes it, comes back to the middle and salutes. Pascoe Vale get their 8th, 8-7-55, trailing Aberfeldy 20-13, 133, and that is 23 minutes into the last quarter.
Oh, lady's walking out with a massive big box hamper thing that she's won. That looks very good. That's, yeah, I should have bought a raffle ticket. That's what the interest of the game's got for me. I'm just watching the crowd. And
Mo, I agree, Jambo. And I noticed the same thing about 30 seconds before you. And that's just what's happening here at Clifton Park today. Because what's happening out in the middle, it's just about irrelevant now. There'll be plenty of fallout. There'll be plenty of questions asked about Paco in what has been their biggest game since a B-grade grand final a couple of years ago. Lewis has the mark. And he'll move it on towards half forward. The kick, not a great one for Holland, who's going to leave this one for Harris. Picked it up one-handed, took 2 steps, had a shot and missed. Minor score 8-8-56, Pascoe Vale. Aberfeldy 2013, 133. Paco have now caught up to Abba's halftime score late in the last quarter.
So 77 points the difference at the moment. Ball kicked in to the back pocket. El Hooley has possession, surveys the scene. The shadows are getting longer and longer across the ground. High kick to true wing position. And mark not taken there by Toy. And a pack forms. Who do we want Clare Valley to grab coming off the ground? And who is our Sports Moves player of the day, guys? I think it is Ryan Allen of Aberfeldy. Sackers?
Yeah, a pretty even performance, I reckon, from Aberfeldy. No one's really stood out to me today. Maybe Allen. Remus has been okay. Jack Max provided a good presence, but a lot of his goals were in junk time, so...
Just still got a kick.
Adam Elhooley, though, his job on Warren, for the most part, has been excellent. So
well, Warren is lining up here, and this would be his 3rd goal of the final quarter if he kicks it from 15 out. And now they're debating and appealing that it was touched off the boot, and the non-controlling umpire is being called in for a word here to work out whether this will be a free kick further up the park or a touched off the boot or a ball up. It's going to be a mark to Warren, and he will line up for goal number 5.
My pick's Elhooley.
Oh.
4, sorry, goal number 4. Jambo.
Siren's gone at Nipper Jordan 9-16-69 to West Meadows 10-9-69.
So a draw. Wow, that's a big result. Here comes
good
Warren.
response from Westy, by the
That's
way.
a win for Westy.
And Warren kicks the goal. And that is his 3rd of the last quarter. Full-time East Sunbury 8-12-60, Keilor Park 13-17-95. Keilor Park are off the mark, and there will be some relief for the Devils this weekend. They have their first win of the season, and the last remaining winless team in Division 2 has a W next to their name. Warren's got 3 in the last quarter. 9-8-62, trails 20-13-133, back to 71 points.
There you go, we've got our first draw for the year across any division. That's
massive day of EDFL football.
Mid to late May.
Can't wait for Web TV this week. And where will you be?
Maribyrnong Park. And they are going down to the wire against Avondale.
I'll be at home preparing dinner because I've been dropped from the team.
You have not been dropped. You have been recalled. You and Kennedy are expected to attend.
The hammy let me down last week, so I had to pull out of that one. And
here's Holland kicking it to the half-forward line. Aberfeldy, first hands on the ball, though. Pascoe Vale trying to keep it moving through Raven. Ryan Allen comes away, then Cubillo ducking in board, and now Sharp across the centre square, looking for Phillips, takes a contested mark against Lewis, and he's got a man backing away here in McNamara. Gives it back to Phillips. He'll have to dodge Lewis again, though. Does so, throws it on his preferred left boot. Inside forward 50, it was a bit of a tumbling ball. Jacob Hislop couldn't hold it. Sliding in, Zach Hislop arrives second to the ball, and now holding the ball for not trying to get it out under the tackle of Curlin. And the big ruckman, who is covered in mud today, which suggests that he's done it both in the air and on the ground. He kicks it out to the half-back flank. Pascoe Vale trying to escape away, and there's been a trip, and it will be a free kick going Pascoe Vale's way, top of their defensive 50.
Yeah, and inboard they'll go. Dutchy has the ball now. Now Paeti.
Moonee Valley home by 36 points, guys, against Jacana.
It's disappointing for the Jags today, but the Valley needed to bounce back. Warren got coat-hangered there by Elhooley. Free kick will go Milky's way.
I don't know what he's arguing about.
He's been on the angry pill today, Adam Elhooley.
Maybe the
home ground. He's had a good day, though.
Well, this is... where's the ball right now? Who's got it?
Centre half forward.
Okay.
The blonde.
Okay, so no 50-metre penalty. Sorry, I saw Elhooley tailing back towards goal and thought he'd been done for 50 again. Warren kicks this. It's 4 in the last quarter and 5 for the day.
He'll still kick this.
After the final siren.
So this will be the final act The ladies have had a big day here at Clifton Park, and they're happy with the result, which won't be changed after this kick from Ben Warren. Going for goal number 5 from 50, directly in front.
Oh, he's gone the barrel.
And that won't register a score. In fact, it'll bounce in the field of play, and that is it. 2013, 133, Aberfeldy, Pascoe Vale, 9-8, 62. I can't be bothered doing the maths. It doesn't matter. I think it's 71.
71
Thank you
points.
very much, Teo. That's it, and we'll wait for Claire Varley to grab an Abbas player.
Claire Varley heading out onto the ground, and 71 points the final margin. 2013, 133 to 98.62. 5 goals to Jack McNamara, 4 to Kyle Reimers, 3 to Zach Hislop, and singles in the end, 2 to Cameron Sharp, 2 to Al Kefford, singles to McLean, Oswald, Carboni, and McConville.